this is the first time we've had everyone here, just be mindful of other people's talking and try not to talk over people if you can.
Yes, Papa Roach.
Let's keep to good microphone etiquette here.
I'm glad they would make the session. I had a dental surgery yesterday. Now
Oh,
it's
boy.
swollen all up.
That's unfortunate. What'd you have done?
I had to get a couple extractions.
Ooh.
Good teeth.
Sounds like fun.
Okay.
I gotta say, someone who's been on the butt end of a lot of dental stuff. I know going in to get it done sucks, but then like the
Feels
relief
so much better.
afterward is just like, oh my god, it feels so good to chew.
Just getting stuff out of my DM area here so I don't have to work around 5 remotes.
I agree with that. It feels a lot better than I did a week ago. So, yay! But I was swollen all up yesterday, but it went down over the night. So
Oh, that's good.
3, 2, 1. All right, I'm set.
Blast off.
I sound all right, by the way, don't I?
Yeah.
You're keying
Yeah.
up a lot, actually.
No.
Well, that's...
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, not much I can really do about that, because
If
moving
you go to-
around...
If you go
I
to
know.
Discord,
I know, Ben. It's already up, but if I put it any further up, it doesn't key up when I talk.
you gotta
Just moving around my chair.
You got a
does that.
snowball, right? That doesn't have a gain setting on it.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Does anybody want to do a little recap? We didn't really do a lot last session. Well, we did a bit last session, but we didn't do a lot in terms of narrative. But anybody want to do a...
We're almost fucking dead.
I did the last one, so I'll let.
I don't remember what happened.
I don't remember.
I
other
remember
than-
we were fighting something.
Yeah, other than we're fighting in space, I don't remember much.
I mean, I'll do it if no one else wants to.
I mean, I remember, but...
Go ahead, Midge.
Well then.
So, last time we, our intrepid adventurers, took to the sky following raiding a planet, and in that time we got intercepted by another fighter from the... Were they Droga? Droga?
You actually don't know what they are in the ship.
We think
but,
they're more Durga.
Durgar, yeah. You think they're Durgar, though.
Yeah. Well, whoever seems to have been working with the originals, they were meant to hijack our ship and fly it to a meeting point. And we... Savant Jones managed to, in text, reply to them and confuse them enough to get close enough to engage in combat. But it took us about an hour and a half to decide whether to fight them or not. And it took us about an hour and a half further than that to decide on when to power up the guns. So we didn't get a lot done.
I think.
And then we
I think
finally
a
got
lot
to
of time was
combat
spent
and
figuring out how to turn.
And then we finally got to combat, and the combat whiffed a bit, and we've barely hit anything. Well, we've hit this main ship quite hard, and it's kind of...
you've hit it once pretty good.
And now it's got a couple of guns disabled. We have a gun on our right side disabled.
It's glitching.
Glitching.
Yeah, it's glitching.
Yeah.
And
I'm trying to fix that.
we're currently like one hit away from dying.
Yeah.
Where's Griff in this equation right now? Is he just passed out in the...
You're a
You're
science
screaming.
officer.
You're a
you're the
science,
science
officer right now. So you're you're taking up the science position. Everybody turn to their Starship combat sections. I think this should go a bit quicker because we are all somewhat versed in this. And according to my notes, we were in the middle. We're at the top of the engineering phase of this combat.
Oh boy.
Good luck.
And right now, I believe it's...
What page was Starship Notes again?
It's bookmarked.
Starships. Peace travel, building Starship combat. It is 316 on the PDF.
Is everybody getting there?
I'm there.
Okay.
I was scrolling down to my actions I can do.
Yeah, I'm currently I've been trying to find a quick action sheet or something like that. I have one, but it's kind of so-so.
Well, it should be easier now that I'm not doing like 3 things.
Yeah. I'll put this in here just so you guys can pick it up. It's not the best, but it could give you some stuff for you if you're having trouble keeping track of all the actions. You'll still have to reference the main rule book, but that's the thing about Paizo games. The more you play it, the better off you are. You learn more about it. But there you go.
Yeah.
That's a little combat sheet. It tells you all the actions for different things.
That makes sense.
Yeah, from what I remember, we are currently on your guys' engineering phase, and then the next one is the fighters' engineering phase.
Right?
I'm sorry, what?
It means it's me as the engineer, right? Taking action.
Yes, unless this has changed, you are currently the engineer.
Okay, so we have a glitching gunnery system, right? We have a problem.
You have a glitching. I believe it is your. Yeah, I think it was your starboard weapons array.
Okay. I'm going to take the action to patch and try and patch the glitch.
Okay.
That is 10 plus 2 times your starship tier. Okay.
Is there any way to mark that the weapons are glitching?
Yeah, there's a little tick mark that's ticked on the side right
Okay.
there.
And it's an engineering roll. All right.
Yes, it's an engineering roll. All right. If I remember correctly, doing a patching action just gets rid of the effect.
It fixes the glitch.
All right, so your starboard light laser cannon is now back up and operational.
Woohoo!
All right, I relay that to the gunnery mates on board the ship.
Mm-hmm. All right, and now we have the fighter vessel. Bringing that up. The fighter vessel, let's see here. What did they currently have going for them?
Not a lot, by the sounds of it.
You haven't hit this one. That I can remember.
In all fairness, we've had a lot of trouble hitting anything.
Yeah, great at combat,
just
guys.
in general, yeah.
Are you sure the DC's not like a CR7 spacecraft or something, Space God?
We just rolled bad.
Yeah, I don't want to tell you the DC. I don't want to tell you the CR of this thing, the tier of this thing, because I think you guys would feel really
CR1.
rejected.
It's like 1.5.
It's less than that,
1.5
actually.
or something like that.
It's gonna be a CR 1/2.
Yeah, or 1/4 even. And
But
we're just fucking
this
derping.
guy-
Can't be that bad. No, these because there's 2 objects. It's hard that it wouldn't be a half.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh god, he's counting numbers.
Yeah, he's moving.
Yeah, I'm kind of keeping track of these actions. It looks like from your guys' per. Oh no, wait a second. What am I doing here? That's blah. This is engineering phase. I'm sorry, it got mixed up here. Engineering phase doesn't really have anything to do, so he's gonna try this. Okay. Not really. That was a bad roll.
Yay!
We see light lasers off into the distance.
Wub wub wub.
It starts wubbing. So that's the end of its phase right there, and then we go into the helm phase where every pilot makes a piloting check to see the order in which everything's going.
And science officers on the helm phase too, isn't it?
Yep.
If I read correctly.
Yes.
Yay!
Die.
Ooh,
Is low? I can't remember if low is good or bad.
Bad.
it's bad.
Oh yeah. Well, I thought there was something about.
No, the higher
It's
the
reversed.
first you go. Yeah, lower
I
is
just
better.
I just
right
rolled
now.
a d20 just to see what what my luck's gonna be like today. Natural 1.
Do you
Of
do you ever
course.
just roll out your bad luck? Like just get like like Laura does and Critical Role just starts rolling all her
Get it out
dice
of the
before the
way.
game. Just get
Get out of
it
the
all
way.
out. Get all the bad
Well,
ones
that's
out.
Ben, just
That's what I was doing just now.
Just rolled a 1 straight up.
And
just
I rolled a
but
1.
it's because it doesn't matter, Ben. It has to be something where it counts. So just play like a game of Monopoly before you do something
Yeah.
important.
Like
Just
play a
get the
game of
bad rolls
Risk
out
and
the
see what
way.
happens.
I'm gonna get out my sparkle dice and see what happens. 3. Okay, we're good.
Yay!
3.
It's better. No, the way that the rolls go, the lowest goes first during that, and then the ship's guns fire in the same order. So you rolled low, so you will move first and shoot first. Well, I haven't rolled these guys yet, so who knows? They could roll.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm not completely crazy.
Well,
So-
it's better to go second.
Yeah, but it's
yeah.
it's a trade-off though, because you can shooting first is also very good because damage can be applied and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
let's,
but doesn't the firing effect happen at the same time?
Firing happens.
yeah, it
Wait.
does. Yeah.
Wait, really?
Damage
Do you
damage
fire?
is applied.
You fire first? Are you sure you don't fire second? That would make more sense to me.
No, it's the gunning actions go in the same order as the pilot's helm actions
Alright.
go when you roll them.
I guess that's kind of fair. I guess.
Let's see here. Fighter first. What does he have to his piloting checks? He's got a plus.
Midge, just
Alright.
remember the light cannons have a range of 5 hexes.
Yep.
Okay. And the big guy here is going to go with a. Let's see what he's got for his piloting.
And the missiles are 20.
Okay. And you rolled a 7. So if we go.
For 1 second, I thought he had a 2.
He did. One of them's got.
Oh,
the
he
2.
did?
One-
Oh, they all got a 20. Okay, I saw the 20 and I thought you changed the 0. Okay, that's good.
No,
I
no.
guess.
Okay, a bit. Okay, so the big guy here, what has he got for his thing? He's got forward weapons array. Okay, big guy is going to make his. Gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now he's gonna. Actually, he's gonna. A second here. What does he got for that? Well, that's gonna change things. Yeah, it's gonna.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba.
All right.
Is he running away?
Yeah, it looks like it. To you guys, it looks like it. And he may or may not have failed a very critical roll.
What did they have Thanos, their captain?
Hunt him down.
Just remember, we have 16 HP.
Yeah.
Hunt him.
From
If,
just so you
if
guys
you
away.
remember correctly, though, his guns are at the front and sides. If we get behind him, he can't shoot us, and we can shoot him.
Yeah, but the fighter isn't running.
actually, so you did a scan of the ship. It only has a single weapon system.
At the front, the one at the front.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
that magic one that nearly
But
kills
Midge,
us
what if we
outright.
get killed by the? Why if we get killed by the baby little
Well,
plane?
you forget,
baby spaceship.
If we
feel
like
stupid
go
then.
ba ba ba, I can take shots at the
Yeah.
front thing, and Royce can take shots at the fighter. Like we have surround weapon systems. We don't just fire in one arm.
I know.
Like,
I know. Just worry about the little one.
Just so you guys know, the ship, the large ship, makes us. It doesn't go off from its current course, and in fact, you see its engines flare up into full life as it starts going away. But on the viewfinder, you see little bits of wreckage and exposed inner hull on the forward edge of the ship's nose, where looks like the weapon systems were mounted. It looks like the last shot you did actually did a very hefty amount of damage and may or may not have very heavily damaged the weapon systems.
That's better. I rolled a d20 and I got an 18. But the first d12 I rolled, I got a 1. So.
And that was its movement. So it is now your guys' turn.
Oh, okay. Going up doesn't make it go up.
Got a 17, so maybe I'll roll well today too.
I rolled a 1 on a d12 and an 18 on a d20. Let's see how this goes.
If we're still in the helm phase, I have a high enough computer skill to do a lock on, and from what I understand, that it takes away 1 from my personal resolve, right? Not anything with the ship.
Yeah.
When I try to do a lock on.
If it references resolve, then it's referencing your personal, not your. There's no pool or anything. This isn't Star Trek Adventures.
Awesome.
Thank God.
So, I think I'm gonna try to do.
Or else we'd only be 1 round into this after 4 hours of Star Trek combat.
Guys, I finished my flying.
Okay, so you just basically went forward into the turn.
Yeah, we're just gonna follow him and keep an eye on the little one.
Okay.
Permission to lock on to the big ship, Captain.
Is it who? Do I go now?
Well, no, he's role
He's
playing.
asking.
Oh,
Permission.
That magical thing.
oh,
Yeah,
right. Sorry.
It's a role
I thought I went. I thought I went after that.
It's a role playing game, Ben.
Captain.
The fuck
Somebody
voice was
told
I
me about
using?
this role playing.
Used car salesman, gangster, 1940s.
Okay. I think I know that one.
And robot.
Permission grab it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
that's
you go.
There we go.
Oh my God, that's
There we go.
amazing, man.
There we go.
Okay.
Can't remember that one.
From what I understand of this, I'm gonna roll a computer's check. Yeah.
Yeah, just you weren't here when this happened. It'll give you a guide on how to calculate the DC of the roll whenever you're rolling. Tell me what it says, but don't do it for yourself because this game's unbalanced in those equations. Because the ship's tier keeps going up as you play. That means like you could be a level 20. You could have a tier 20 ship, and you could have theoretically a plus 20 to a roll on top of what or times 20 to a roll. So you can have DCs in the hundreds towards the late game. So
I don't think it matters.
I rolled a 1, but it's the DC is equal to 15 plus the tier of the target ship.
You failed.
Yeah.
Well, a 1 is an auto fail.
Yeah, 1's an auto fail. So you try and get a lock on to the ship's signature with the sensor systems, but its shields are still up in the back, so it's making it difficult to get through that interference to actually have the weapons lock onto it. So everything's manual still, unfortunately. Okay. So that's you said you finished, right, NG? Yep. You finished your thing. Okay. So let's see here.
Keeping things simple.
Okay, the small ship's turn now. He's gonna do a stunt.
He's going to ram us.
And he did a natural 20, so I think he succeeds.
I think he failed.
I think he failed. I agree with you.
What is he pulling off? Like, is he? He's going to collide 2 vortexes, so he can.
He's playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, so he hit X and did a really impressive barrel roll and
into
like
someone's
at the same
missiles.
time. He did. I think what's going to happen is because this is how
so he's
games
gonna
work these
do
days. One button,
2,
barrel roll
3.
into an Immelman to reverse direction.
He puts his thrusters into an odd preset configuration and slides the ship forward, forward starboard of his in that direction and ends it directly in front of your ship.
It's like a biker gang trying to get an SUV to stop.
Yeah, kind of, I guess. I guess that works.
So it's that episode of Archer where they've got the smaller car and the tour bus, and they think that all the cocaine's on the tour bus with the biker gang.
There's no scientist there, so that's the end of that's the end of the helm phase. So now we are. in the gunnery phase.
Shooty phase.
I think, remember, Ben, I think the captain can go in any phase.
Yeah,
So-
the captain can go in any phase.
Yeah, so it's whatever
At least
you
that's
want.
how we did it. It's-
Okay, so I'm going to encourage grip, granting a +2 to the check required by a crew action if you succeed a DC 10 check using the same skill. So I'm going to I'm going to encourage grip to blast the little ship out of our way.
Motivational
I mean-
android.
Wait, who?
Okay.
I mean, Griff isn't on guns.
I don't
You-
know how to pronounce his name right because
Grip,
I'm like,
Griff isn't on Grip. Snow Fox is not on guns. He's a
oh
science officer.
shit, I forgot about
You're-
that.
Yeah.
Who's the-
You
who's the
mean
guns?
Chris?
You mean
Oh, see,
Royce
I
is
thought
next.
I'm getting confused.
I love how they look nothing alike, but you still get confused because they're the other guy.
No, I was just
it's
confused
not
because
Tom.
I was playing him last time, and I was just doing a lot of different stuff at the same. I was doing a lot of stuff all over the place. It was.
Thanks.
I was really lost when I was playing two people going
Crimson.
on the same round.
Snow Fox, I know who you are. I care.
Roachcast.
All right,
I might
go
have the
ahead.
most generic sci-fi name, but it's appreciated.
So what's the formula you're going for on that, Ben? And
It's a
I'll think-
DC 10 check using the same skill. So what would it be for gunnery?
it'd be
Dex.
Dex.
Because
Skill,
it's a
skill.
weird thing.
No, it's a skill. Not the ability, the skill. So what are you rolling for a gunnery check?
1d20 plus whatever BAB is, or piloting ranks, Dex, plus whatever other bonuses we have.
What skill are you using when you're shooting?
That was it.
That
That
was
was
it.
it.
We don't use a
Piloting?
specific skill.
Yeah,
well,
so
that's
you could use
or-
yeah.
We use
I'll
our
say-
base attack bonus or our piloting skill, whichever one's higher. But for me, for example,
I'll say
it's
you
the same.
can. I'll say you can use piloting for this, Ben, even
Alright.
though they might not use piloting for it. I'll say it's still usable.
Nope.
That wasn't even a. Why are you the captain? The little.
Oh, he said he was, and nobody said no.
I wasn't here that
I
day.
want to watch him fail.
Literally
Now
the
I'm
least
just
charismatic
enjoying
character.
it.
I haven't passed a check yet.
I,
Now
I,
I'm just
I,
I'm
enjoying the
catastrophic.
pain.
I was
fail.
still in a cryo tube.
I understand that, but you
I
haven't
missed the
asserted
vote.
yourself. You haven't
So-
asserted yourself.
I'm
So
waiting.
you try and encourage.
I'm trying to hold
you
myself
try
back
and-
from shooting him.
You try to encourage Royce to target the smaller ship, but when you do the hard the gentle maneuver that P6 did, you didn't have your footing anyways, so you're kind of just like off to the side a bit when it happens, and you're right in the middle of Royce, target the weapon.
I mean, I've
It's
already.
your
Had,
crash.
I remember. I just forgot something from my my exposition dump at the beginning. P6D9, when we started getting shot at a lot, decided to leave his post. So I aimed a gun at him and told him to get back to work.
Get back to your station. It's like an imperial starship. Or something.
No breaks.
Okay, well, we're going into the if that's the captain. Yeah, Ben, I just checked the captain. That little cheat sheet that I linked in tabletop chat. That also has a little cheat sheet to who goes in what combat phase. Captain has every combat phase, so you have the
Yeah.
option of going in one of them. And the science officer does go in the helm phase, so yes. Okay, so we're in the gunnery phase now, which starts with the large ship, which you still don't know the name of because nobody's ever done a check to see what it is. Or anything about
Leave
it
us
other
alone.
other than it has one gun. It
No, we scanned
does it.
We
Wait.
tried to scan it.
No,
You
I
scanned it and
successfully,
failed.
I successfully scanned it. I crit.
Did
scanned
anyone
it from a
write down
distance.
what it was? Because Roach accidentally let it slip what it was last time. Which is why we never scanned it.
Well, now I'm not telling you, so now you got to do it. Damn it! You got a science officer now who's not a T posed in the corner, so you can do it.
You got your own damn science officer.
Well, the large ship is not doing anything because it seems like it truly only has one weapon and it is not in the arc right now.
Okay.
So we will
that's-
go now
They're trying to get a timeout.
to your guys' gunnery phase. Now you have 2 gunners, you can both go, and if I remember correctly, the Typhon class does have 2 forward mounts.
Yeah, we have the
It does.
missiles and the
Laser.
laser.
Light laser cannon. Just so you know, I think you fired the micro missile battery twice last time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Twice.
I've got
So it only
noted.
has 3 more shots.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you for taking notes.
Yes.
All right. So who wants to go first? Because it is your guy. There's no system in place. It's a gentleman's agreement. Who wants to?
You can go first, Royce.
Remember, the micro missile battery could theoretically shoot both of them at once.
Yes, but
Yep.
the explosion's a bit close right now. So if he fires the micro laser thing, the one in the way, should we say?
Yeah.
Get
So
out of the way.
I'm gonna try
The
the
fighter, the
light
other one.
laser at the fighter.
Okay, make an attack roll. This is the micro missile. This is the light laser battery, right? Light laser.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there any bonuses for point blank like this?
I don't believe so, but I could check just to double check.
Yeah.
Would you mind while I'm trying to figure this how to do this?
I will definitely check. Gunnery check.
Thank you.
I'll say if this was D&D, it would be at disadvantage because we're doing a ranged attack.
Well, no,
Well,
I
remember,
melee.
this isn't to scale. You've still got like maybe half a
Hundreds of-
kilometer,
yeah.
hundreds of meters between you. It's like it's
We're
specifically
close
nebulous.
for Starship.
Because technically, right now, every ship here is a small ship, but if there was a gargantuan ship here, it would still only take up the space of 1 hex. Like it's that out of scale.
Oh.
But in reality, the combat could be kilometers upon kilometers of distance from each other.
Yeah.
And we get one from the computer, right?
You get one from the.
Yes.
Yeah, you have the ability of adding a. Of adding a bonus because of your computer system.
Right. Is anyone opposed to me using that?
I'm not opposed to it.
Good to go. I mean,
They replenish
take
every
the
round,
bonus you
so-
can take.
Yeah, they replenish every round, so meh.
Yeah. And there's nothing. I didn't see anything for being close.
No, there's nothing for being close.
Well, it's good to check. That's very smart of you.
Oh.
That.
Why is it this game? None of us can roll anything ever. Like we're perpetually.
Can we just summarily execute ourselves and then restart?
Hey, no, I like my
I just need to
character.
play more video games. That's all.
Can we just end this combat and get back into the game? This is awful.
This is the
Ryan!
It's the
I'm
first
giving
combat all over again.
I'm giving you guys every chance, and this isn't even a conversion error. These are stats from the rule book. I'm not doing anything wrong.
His roach just starts crying.
I don't know what to do. Okay, so
Sometimes you're just meant to die.
Sometimes it's just
so
a thing.
Midge.
Well, that's all he knows.
Fire
Yeah.
missiles and hopefully hit them both.
By the way, you get a bonus to 2 checks every round.
Yeah.
A +1 bonus to 2 checks every
So-
round. Just so you know.
Let me try and remember how to do the missiles.
Micro missile batteries.
Same way.
Same way. So yeah, no, but my attack bonuses is different. So it's roll.
There's
one.
also a bit of a difference because of the actual the weapon itself, because you are using, if I remember correctly, the micro missile is it's not a tracking weapon, but it's an area weapon. If I remember, tracking micro missile battery is an array. So an array. Let's see here, an array. An array weapon fires at all targets in a single arc. So you're targeting all of the ships, both of them in the combat.
Mm-hmm.
You make a single gunnery check against each target in the firing arc, starting with those closest to your starship,
Mhm.
and you take a -4 penalty to that. Just roll your basic thing, and we'll apply the -4 retroactively, just so it's easier for you to remember your normal rolls when you're not doing this. Yeah, and that's it. So basically you're shooting at everything here, but you take a -4 to the roll.
Plus my dex mod. Where's my base attack bonus?
Oh, and Midge did the recap, so...
Bonuses from the computer systems I'm using, right?
Yeah, so it's a
Yeah.
+1.
Yeah, you guys use the 2 that are available every round, because you have a Mark 1 duo-node computer.
And then you want to do the...
Well, apply the -4 after you roll. Just...
Oh, good. I need to jump... do I have any moderators in chat? Sorry, I'm just also dealing with someone in my chat being
Being an idiot.
It's
Midge,
one of those
I'm not
porn
streaming right now, so if you want, you can mod me and I'll take a look at it.
It's all right. Ah, there we go. Good. Block. Goodbye, sexy dating thing.
Daddy
Okay.
dating simulator.
Right.
Nice.
I think that should be my roll, and then you -4 from it. So that's the closest. That's the furthest away.
Okay, you're using the ship's tracking level instead of everything else. So the first one, with a -4 applied, is a 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the ship is just able to get out of your way, but you think you were very close to hitting it.
And the second.
And the second one, if I'm almost certain, it probably hits. That's with a -4, 16. Yes, you hit the second one.
Okay, so I hit the
so,
big ship, but not the little one. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
The missiles didn't spread out enough. It's them across. They didn't spread out enough to.
Your
Or
torpedoes
it's just
didn't
a
have enough
smaller
spread.
target, and it
Saturate.
was able to avoid them better.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I need to roll damage.
High quality sound effects brought to you by NG Paradox.
Hold on, I'll get my soundboard linked up in a minute.
Oh god!
It has
I
space.
forgot that was
Oh,
a thing.
It has space
So-
noises, so
S noises.
2d6.
Space, the final frontier.
We are not the Enterprise.
These are the voyages of the Starship Derp, which can't do
Yeah.
anything right.
Can we rename the starship?
Derp,
I mean,
derp, Mick almost dies.
You're using a repurposed transport. Oh, it is.
And I swear to fucking God, the first thing I'm buying is a fucking upgrade to the computer to fix the goddamn airlock.
We got a repurposed transport and a captain who can't roll anything. This is good stuff.
No, we're actually a crew that can't roll anything.
It's
as
like
well.
Captain Pike from that episode of the original Star Trek.
Hey,
He's
I've
just in
been
that-
rolling fine.
He's just in that thing that he can only communicate through beeps. That's. So what is it? What is it, Midge?
Hold on, and is
Whoa.
11.
Shit. That's on the main ship.
How do you have a +4 to your base attack?
Because he's
Because
one
I'm
of
a
the,
fighter class. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm the
He's a
soldier here.
fighter. Yeah,
That's
it's
his thing.
job. Okay, so wow, Jesus. Okay, so you hit in the rear, so that takes 1 damage off of there. So 10 damage is applied to the ship itself. So Jesus.
So is the
Okay.
ship having a bad day?
The shields melt away within like the first maybe 1 micro missile hit, and then everything else just plants into the rear of the main ship, just ripping it up with its armor up and everything. It is
Oh, the humanity!
it is a sight to behold. And that actually critical did as well. 'Cause the
Jesus.
threshold was passed by that.
Well, good to
So-
know when we hit like a truck.
Well, with one of your weapons. So that's a... Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
I like
that's,
those sounds, Roach.
That's
I don't.
clutched.
No, when it's the enemy getting
Oh,
hit.
I
like
thought he
those
was rolling
sounds.
for the. I thought he was rolling
No,
for the
he's
fight.
rolling for them.
He's
I
rolling. He's
know.
rolling his crit, isn't he? What?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Yeah,
damage we
I rolled
did.
the crit on the main guy. Okay, so yeah, seems you might have punctured an air tank or maybe
Oh.
a space heater or something in the back there that might affect their life support potentially.
Yay!
It's this FTL now. They're all like running in there trying
Yeah.
to fix the life
Trying
support.
to fix life
Shit,
support.
shit.
Fortunately, it's in the air. Fortunately, it's right next to the healing station, so they could just sit in there the whole time and not worry about it. Okay, so yeah, that's the end of the gunnery phase. Actually, a very good gunnery phase for you guys. Yeah.
Don't sweat.
So now we. So that's yours. So now we go to the.
This is like
engineering
Mass
phase.
Effect D&D. Yes, it is.
Kinda. Yeah. I guess if
That's I think that's probably the closest
if it-
world
Still
to it.
better
if it was the third Mass Effect game and the entire crew were the two ladies at that checkpoint loading screen, in the midpoint. You know, the ones you want to kill by mission 3.
No, I
Yeah.
feel like we're
It's
the
just
people
like
who,
shut up.
I feel like we're the people who constantly glitched out and had really weird facial animations before they put through the first patch.
Or no,
In
we're
Andromeda?
We're Andromeda. That's what. My
I was gonna
face
say
is
that'd be
tired.
All right,
Andromeda.
I am
My
going
face
to
is
My
tired.
father's dead.
I'm going to divert auxiliary power to our las weaponry.
Okay, make a roll for that. That gives a what? That gives a +1 to attacks.
No, if they roll a 1, they roll a 2 instead.
Oh,
Okay.
and now you do it.
Or each
Oh,
damage die. If it rolls a 1, it rolls a 2 instead.
Oh
okay.
shit! So yeah, that increases your potential. That increases your floor.
Low end.
Like you have,
Yeah.
yeah, your low end of your damage.
Your
That's
low
pretty
end
good.
of your damage.
Especially since most of your weapons roll d4s. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, no, you succeed. The 26, it's perfect. You are able to shunt some of the
I
extra
was
energy.
gonna say we could move an extra 2 speed this. Wait a second, we're right on its ass.
Yeah. Okay, so you do that. The fighter doesn't have anything to do, so we're gonna see if he does this. Nope. Okay, and let's see about the freighter. He's got a couple of systems that could definitely use a bit of work.
Shame they don't have a crazy rat man on board.
It's a shame they don't have an engineer on board.
Oh man.
Somebody else has got an engineering skill, but that's not the same. Okay, so this definitely turned around for you guys.
Yeah.
Midgeman saves the day again.
Yeah. Oh, Midge.
Crew actions. I'm just using the cheat sheet now for everything because it's actually pretty good.
I'm so glad I built this fighter character.
Yeah, we kind of needed someone that could do that type of stuff.
Divert.
Like, I originally wasn't going to,
patch.
as well.
Yeah, you were going with you wanted to do a talkie. You wanted to do almost like an Art Locks in space kind of
Yeah.
thing, didn't you? Yeah.
Well, we already got me.
Who's the envoy here? Somebody's an envoy.
That's
Snow.
me.
Yeah, Snow's the
Snow.
reason I
That's
didn't.
Snow.
Especially
I'm
as
the
he's
skill
also a
junkie this
half
time.
elf, so it's just like he has built art locks in space.
Or the
No,
Solarian might be Artlox with the +4 charisma
Well, shit.
and the
Well,
half
that
elf.
engineering phase was horrible.
Yay!
Okay, so now it's the piloting phase. So everybody make NG make your engineering.
My time to shine.
Yeah,
Engineering.
not
Okay.
engineering, piloting. I'm sorry.
I'm about to say.
I was
I got
looking at
confused. I was
engineering.
like,
I was
have
just
I been
looking at
doing this wrong
engineering.
the whole
Rat
time?
man pokes his head out of the door. What?
I'm an engineer.
He's an engineer.
I'm definitely not a pilot, apparently.
My God, you rolled a 7 last time, so you're just like you're getting worse. So let's go for the fighter, and he rolled.
He rolls a 1.
No,
20.
opposite.
If I get a critical, does that I just lose control of the ship?
No, it's just you go last, or not. We'll see.
That would be hilarious. Just lose control of the ship and ah.
That
This is funny, but not really funny.
Okay.
The dog enjoyed that.
They thought it was hilarious.
Well, that, that's a thing.
What?
So.
Oh wow.
Jesus.
What? How did it get a 31?
Their pilot is on their game today.
20 plus 11.
20 plus 11. Hey, you figured out the pilot's skill modifier. That's good. Okay, so.
Damn, we're done. They have a competent leader. They have a competent pilot.
With the pilot, with the fighter, we'll go first with the fighter since. Or no, wait. It goes. Doesn't it go last? Yeah, it goes. Let's go check the lowest. So it actually would be. It'll be you, NG. What do you want to do?
Wait. I'm gonna interject here, and
Yes, Captain.
I'm gonna turn to NG and just go ramming speed.
Oh.
Ramming speed?
Oh.
Are you sure, Captain?
No.
No,
I forgot my voice. Are you
I don't want
sure,
to
Captain?
this.
Captain, I need to redirect the shield.
I get a roll. When you question me, I'm just gonna go damn the torpedoes. And this is a what check would this be?
We
This would
shall
be
never
like,
surrender.
What am I doing with him? Am
You're intimidating, or
Demand.
or you're not. There is something that's actually. There,
Oh,
there are
I
two-
would use his appropriate check, which would be piloting.
Yeah.
Wait, why are you trying to do this to me?
I'm trying to encourage you to
Oh,
ram
yeah,
that other ship.
I'm just making sure. If you want me to do it, I'll do it. I'm just making sure. Are you sure? I'm just asking again. I'm just surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie.
Can I redirect all of our shielding to the front, please?
Guys, hang on to your seatbelts.
I don't have a
don't get my
seatbelt. I'm
plus 2.
standing at a station.
Guys, can I redirect the shields before we do this?
No.
How
that's
would
not
you-
That's not how these work. I just want to point out that I'm actually gonna.
Hey, Ian
hold
Willis,
on.
how you
I'm
doing?
gonna double
Do I
check
actually
this because.
do I actually put it on top of it?
Just give me a second.
I haven't looked up what you do when you're ramming. Actually, I haven't looked that bit up.
Says yes.
I looked up. I says I can.
Where
I can
are
change.
you finding this at, Ben? Because I just wanted to know.
Encourage? Page
Back off
322 in the PDF.
No,
Encourage.
I'm not
any
talking.
failure.
I'm not talking about the. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what the. I'm talking about ramming, because I'm almost certain ramming's not a thing.
Well,
There's
Wait.
no ramming.
I'm gonna
no,
check.
it's not.
though.
It's not a mechanic, but it's obviously something I could do. What is it with this game? Every single time I try to do something, physics doesn't exist. You can't do that.
Well, I mean, because we're such small ships, like he's a tiny ship, it would probably be really hard to ram him. It's not like we're like big.
Roach specifically said we're not
NG.
working with orbital dynamics and normal
Yeah.
physics.
NG, make a piloting check. Make a piloting check.
Because I haven't seen anything about it on the thing.
And I mean, we are a freighter. We have a lot of mass,
remember-
and he's the tiny little fighter. We just outmass him.
Remember, NG, you get a +1 to your piloting check for non-initiative rolls. So you get a +1 to this, whatever you rolled.
Let's go.
And just checking, I do
So,
have a
15.
skill.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Me?
Yeah.
I have a skill called balance, and it allows me to take at least 1 point from another shield quadrant and put it into another. If I
Yeah,
pass it.
but you're
On your
but
turn.
on your turn that you get an option.
And we're not in
You're-
engineering yet.
No,
Well, no, I'm in
he's
the helm
a
phase.
bridge
Not
action.
hearing.
He's at helm phase. So it
Yeah,
is his
which is
turn
what
as
we're in.
well.
It is his
Oh,
turn.
it is. It is
Yeah.
his turn. It could take place. Yeah, if you want to, you can do that.
Oh.
I would like to do
before
that.
we apply.
Oh, I thought
okay.
you said
so,
we were in the piloting phase. My bad.
Yeah, we are. Well, no, that's
Yeah,
Same
this is
thing.
the
The
helm
the
phase.
helm and piloting are the same thing, Ben. It's the helm phase.
The people on the
You've
bridge.
used helm and you've been using helm and piloting, interchangeably. I thought they were different.
No, they're interchangeable. Go
Okay.
ahead and try that skill.
It's just the English
Nice.
language a bit again, Ben.
I'm going to attempt. Hey.
You succeed.
All right.
So you taking what are you taking from what?
I'm gonna take one from our rear and put it into the front.
Okay,
our
so
front
you'll have
Take
four
it.
you'll have 4 shield points in the front and
2 in the
2
back.
in the back.
'Cause from what I understand, I can only
Business in
take
the front.
one.
Party in the back.
Yeah.
Okay, so NG, you rolled a 15 with your piloting check, and I'm going to roll an opposed piloting check and we're gonna see if this works.
I don't think he should get an opposed check.
Well,
We go
yeah,
before
I
him.
mean, he is a pilot that's gonna
No,
be able
we
to
go,
dodge.
the way the mechanics works is we go before him.
Yeah, but imagine this, Ben, like a grapple in D&D.
Yeah,
It'd
he
be an
gets a chance of
opposed strength
avoiding it.
test no
Yes,
matter whose turn it was.
Because then you're just gonna put an armored prow on your ship like an Imperial warship from 40K, and you're just gonna be ramming
But,
people.
but Roach, but
What's wrong
Roach,
with that?
death to the enemies of the Emperor.
Why is that a
Get
problem?
ready for boarding.
You have to remember that these aren't D&D turns. These aren't specific lengths of time for each of these subphases. This combat could have taken place like over a half hour of maneuver and getting and like all this kind of stuff.
I get that, but what
Yeah,
you're saying is that these things happen in order, but now you're saying they're happening at the same time.
Well, think of it like this, Ben. If somebody was in D&D, if somebody, I don't know, if you had I don't know the example. I'm giving him an opposed. I'm making this an opposed piloting check. What, Ben? Because
Like, I've already used an example, the grapple. It's a grapple.
Yeah, the grapple. It's like a grapple, Ben. It's
With
they
two
have
ships.
they have a chance of avoiding it. You got a 15.
Although
on
I
that,
totally
NG, right?
support the
I do,
Armored
putting a
prow.
ram on the front.
I totally support putting a giant prow on the front of our tank.
That would be cool.
It would be fucking metal.
Okay. So
Evil.
Because we obviously can't shoot anything, so why don't we just put an armor?
Hey, speak for yourself. I've shot a lot in this campaign.
Really powerful engines, and then we
Mitch just
ram
got a
them and
crit.
board.
Mitch just got a crit
Yeah, well,
on that.
Mitch
on
has
the
a
ship.
+5 to his base attack and a +4 to his dex.
Yeah,
Of course
well,
he's gonna
he's
hit
a
stuff.
gunner. Yeah, that's kind of a thing.
So statistically, we're still like 1 for 6.
No, I've hit the
It's
thing.
not
I
wrong.
killed people
Okay,
in real.
so what happens? So
real
what
terms
happens
as
is P6. You gun the engines forward towards the enemy fighter, and it instead of like you're trying to go after it. It's a faster ship than you by far, but it wasn't expecting this, so you get very close to it before probably a proximity sensor alerts them, and they just kind of weave off to the side. So now you're just kind of to the side and a little forward of you. It was a pretty lazy maneuver for itself, but for you, you're pushing your engines pretty hard. Like it's the difference in the kind of ship you were using. So it's a little bit ahead of you. Actually, it'd be right about there. It's just off to the side a little bit.
We move forward a hex, they move forward a hex.
Essentially, or hold on, I'm just gonna double check on that. I think you can actually be in the same hex as another ship. So
Boarding.
you don't have any boarding shuttles. You don't even have spacesuits. What do you?
I-
Well, actually,
I was
do.
basic.
Again,
yeah, no.
just-
One of you guys
Sir,
kept a
sir,
spacesuit.
I bought a
I
spacesuit.
do.
we'll be fine if we just hold our breath, right?
Actually, no. You'd be very
I
not
know.
fine in space holding your breath.
I know.
Actually, according to the rules, they would get a free attack on you outside of their turn if you move through the hex. But I'm not going to allow that because I don't think that's fair.
And we didn't move through it, we moved into it.
Yeah. So, but you can still be in the same hex. That is good. So they will just be in the same hex as you. So you and them occupy the same hex.
We're inside
Your
them.
stream says Ribworld on it.
Probably.
Okay. So is that the end of your maneuver? Yeah, I guess that's the end of your maneuver.
Is that on YouTube or Twitch?
You want to give me one too?
On Twitch
Alright.
it says Starfinder.
Yeah.
On Twitter it says watch me play Ribworld.
Oh.
Twitter. That's hilarious.
All right. So what seems to happen in this, I'm gonna kind of narrative this up for you. The large ship boosts itself out and seems to, instead of being on combat speed, it seems to have now been switched over to a normal like cruising speed and starts boosting out of the combat zone. immediately after it starts going out, you see the fighter, which seemed to have been poised to attack with what seems to be you can see on the video feed, a weapon mount in its rear. It seems to follow its mothership and begins going at a cruising speed to match speeds and go to dock with its hangar on the side of the large ship, or its mothership. And you on the comm panel, which I guess would be manned by Snow with Griff.
Yeah.
I can't think of any because there's no comm position. So yeah, you get it's a open hailing. Like there's a hailing frequency open, and it looks like they're trying to get in contact with you. At least the main ship seems to be trying to get in contact with you.
Captain, they're trying to contact us.
Open fire.
I knew you were gonna say that.
They fire.
Should we maybe see what they want to say before we blow them out?
Nope, they fired first.
Okay.
I just I don't
Does
know
that
if
mean
there's like
I need to take a
X.
shot?
Sure. Go ahead and try and take a shot.
If there's like an X on
aim
the
for the
window,
warp
I
core.
just hit it.
Right. Which one am I? How far are they in the 5?
No, they're
How far away are they?
at this point they'd probably be 10 hexes.
We're out of range, sir. I
Are
say
we
through
not
gritted
in-
teeth.
Are we not in like order anymore? Are we narrating this now?
Yeah, we're narrating this now.
Are they faster than us?
What's the base speed of the Typhon? If I remember, it's 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, barely. Yeah, you can keep up with them for a little bit, but they're slowly like you're not gaining on them. You're losing distance as they're pushing your
Aim
engines
for their
harder.
engines. Open fire.
I'm going to pretend that I can't get a lock. What test would that be?
Do you have is deception in the game still?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
No. Make a
Bluff. It'll be bluff.
bluff. Yeah, make a bluff check. Make a
Perception?
Yeah,
No.
perception.
Let's see. What would it be?
Make a perception check. I think that would work. Either that or make a straight charisma roll. Or no, I can't think of anything else.
I mean,
that
there's
would
not
really
anything that's really good for that, is there?
work. No.
Um,
so straight charisma, or I'll allow you to do perception as well, to like perceive like the various ticks of
let's
somebody
see.
lying.
Well, straight
Diplomacy.
charisma.
Diplomacy.
Diplomacy could work, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It looks to you like Max is trying to get a lock, but it's not. They're just a little too far away, and it's slowly distance is being lost, and he can't. Get,
We got more than
a
one gun, Royce.
Royce is on the laser, right?
No,
Yeah.
we can both be on either.
Shush.
Yeah, you can just kind of.
They're out of range of my my weapon, Captain.
No, we got longer. You take a
You can take a penalty for longer
penalty
range
at longer
shots.
ranges.
Like I said, we're out of range, Captain.
Fire anyway.
I think that's his character saying.
All right, then I'm gonna go to the controls and open fire.
Do you know how?
It's just like Kirk like grabbing Chekhov and the thing. It's like ah! It just starts hitting different thing.
Oh, before I do that though, I just ripped my shirt a little bit.
Starts rubbing some baby oil.
All right, and what do you do to shoot? I've never done that before.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Oh, you can take Griff, disallow me his character sheet, so in case he's got anything on there that's private,
that's,
I don't want to accidentally click on it and see stuff.
Say good point.
Is it
thank you, Ben.
computers?
Nope.
Yes, it's computers, Captain.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's to do an attack roll with a gun, you have to it's your It's your base attack bonus plus your dexterity bonus, correct?
Or piloting. Or piloting.
piloting.
Either one.
So base attack. I don't know if I've ever used that before.
base
No, it's a 1d20 plus your base attack bonus plus your dex or piloting skill.
Well, I don't know what my base attack bonus is because I don't know if I've ever used it before.
It's
Probably
in your character
one.
sheet. It's automatic.
It's on your character sheet.
Well,
It's
yeah, I know. I
automatically
don't know where to
calculated.
find. I'm looking on it right now. I'm trying
It's
to
right
find
next
it.
to your. It's in your class information.
Class information, character detail, class information.
Class
BAB.
information's right next to your abilities course.
Mm-hmm.
BAB.
BAB. Why am I not seeing BAB in here?
I have 0.
It's right next to your.
Do you
to
see?
your
Do you
class
see
name.
where your strength is listed on your character sheet, Ben?
Yeah.
Keep going right.
Right,
Then
right,
you'll
right,
see
right,
HP
right,
and
right,
SP,
right.
class name, base attack.
Ah,
bonus.
there it is. 0.
Okay, so 0 plus your dex or your.
Piloting.
Well, that's
Piloting.
the same. So it's a D20 plus 1, and I'm going to use the computer for this for another plus 1.
All right.
Oh,
So 21.
Minus whatever range things there are.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sure.
Uh,
for the DC on that for it.
range. I actually.
It's minus
It's 5.
2
It's
for
5
each.
hexes.
It's minus 2 for each one, and you go over, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's -1, so you roll a 20. You're shooting at the big guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the little one got in the hangar, right?
Yeah. So yeah, you're shooting at the little. Okay. Yeah, you hit.
Okay, he
Not
also the floor is still raised. I'd say for the attack since we never
Yeah.
got to
So,
use the.
so if you roll any 2s on this, then you so you're using the laser, so you get what is that? How many attack dice is that? That's
2d4.
2d4.
Yeah.
2d4. Got a 1 and a 4.
So that would be 6.
So you got a
so
6.
you roll. You got a 6.
Of all the times, this is when he rolls good.
I know.
How do you want to do this?
All right. So, I would like to be shoot. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out of my chair and then just like I'm gonna go to push Royce out of the off to the side, but his chair is not a swivel chair.
Just gonna start banging the controls like a Wookiee.
It doesn't have wheels, so he just kind of spins in place for a second, and I'm just gonna kind of lean in front of him and start hitting the controls real quickly. And then I just tried to disable the engines, but I accidentally like hit
So
the
wait.
dark core.
No, here's what happens. You do all that, and you hit the fire button, and whether it be the coordinates and the target information that was already inputted, or your random assortment of target information you put in there right before you did it, whatever it may be, a lance of red laser light hits one of the engine cowlings that is on the back of the ship, and you see that engine pod. You see an explosion happen, and then a secondary explosion, and rippling up the spine of the ship.
It's like I imagine it's kind of like that really shitty scene in Star Wars Episode 1, I think it is, when little bitch Anakin flies into the droid control ship, and then everyone's just like, they see a random explosion, and they're like, it's blowing up from the inside for some reason. That's kind of what I'm imagining here.
It's almost as if you maybe got very lucky and hit the fuel line of a ship that was already very hurt, and it just explodes in a
Now this
in
is
a-
pod racing.
in an explosion of fire and wreckage slowly expanding outward in a cloud.
Comms.
Yes!
Comms keys on. Good shot, Max.
I'll
You
take
wouldn't know what happened. You don't have a view screen.
Oh, there's it's just like in Star Trek. You can have a view screen wherever the fuck you want.
He just queued up the forward view screen on like one of those little
If you
tiny
wanted to
panels.
have, I think they even put it in there. There's like the door controls can have a view screen on them. They can have things on the door controls for the goddamn rooms on Star Trek. But yeah, no, surprising. What the fuck did you do that?
One time he rolls high.
One time you roll.
You rolls good. I
You,
mean, good shot, but
yeah, the
Okay,
God
so-
damn it.
as the ship
as the
explodes.
explosion dies and kind of the explosions fade off into the vacuum of space. I'm just gonna turn to Snowfox. I'm gonna go grip, scan for life signs.
Aye, Captain. gonna do a scan.
Scans for life signs.
All right. This I'm gonna say this is pretty easy for you since this is your. What's your computer skill?
7.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna be basically easy. It's gonna be fine for you. You do a scan of life signs, and like there were no escape pods, so.
I thought maybe there was a very small percentage chance that the smaller ship wasn't completely destroyed in the explosion.
Well, I mean it probably wouldn't have been, but when you dock with something, you turn your shields off. So
That's why I said I thought maybe slight.
well, hold on. I'll roll.
To see if they have
explosion. So how many hull points is it? Okay. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, it's dead. It's dead. I just looked at that. There are 3 10s there, so yeah, that's dead.
It's fucked.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't pick up any life signs. What you pick up in the scans is a lot of kind of disparate debris, just kind of like dispersing outward. A couple of like partially intact bits and pieces of like the smaller fighter craft. In fact, make a computer check with this one, because a computer might be able to do this, even your crappy one.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Wait, our computer can
Sorry
do
about
that.
Oh God.
What was that for?
Let's see here. What degree of bad is that? 'Cause you can't really crit fail this. Not too bad.
See what I see if I see anything else but dead people.
All right, you couldn't really. The small ship's been obliterated. Like it is. It's just little. It's tiny atomized pieces. Like the explosion.
Nice.
It seems like the explosion was worse because the shields were still up in some places, so it just bounced.
Focused.
The explosion bounced off the shields and went back in, especially the hangar that they had, the partially constructed hangar. So it's just like the little ship's blown up, but the computer's still able to kind of collate the data, and you're able to figure out, in a general sense, what class of ship this was.
Oh, good.
Okay.
They have that. Colony ship.
What kind of ship was this?
It was a Greenpeace interceptor. Wow.
Don't
Don't want to mess with those guys again. World. Doctors Without Borders. Jesus.
All right, what kind of ship was it?
It was a Fang class shuttle.
It looks like we were dealing with a Fang class shuttle, sir.
Well, now we're dealing with atoms.
That is very true.
Sir, I
No one's
recommend.
alive,
Are there
by the
any
way.
larger pieces of this left, or is this just debris?
There's a couple like a couple of the hangar doors or like that were solid metal are still
Nothing
floating
we're
around,
salvaging?
partially contact. Like
We
if
duct
you had
tape it
like a salvaging ship this would be great for a salvaging ship. It's just after the explosion, they could get everything really quickly, but you don't really have the
Just no like
equipment.
solid gold bars floating around that we could just get our
No.
spacesuits and go
No lot.
grab?
No, it's more just like it would be worth it to a salvaging ship because you could get the materials the ship is made out of are worthwhile. Like it's like a breaker's yard. Breaking up an old freighter or something's worth it because of the materials. So, but you don't really have the equipment. Like you don't have the like containment nets that would contain like the biggest debris or anything to bring it on, or even a lot of storage space. Because think of like this ship being smaller than yours, but it's still like big enough that it could fit like 3/4 of your ship. That's how big it is. So in your hangar and your like hold is only maybe not even 1/4 of your ship's like overall size.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. Nothing
right.
like that. Yeah.
Sir, I recommend we head to. Oh shit, where is it?
Caraway Station.
Yeah, Caraway Station, and commence repairs and figure out what we're going to do with our loot.
For a dank loot.
Max returns to his quarters.
Shack hole from
It's
Caraway
just like wipes his hands off. Just I'm done.
Yeah.
The android just showed you up.
We haven't gone over all the items yet, have
No. I mean, you guys haven't. I know what you guys got.
I know what I've got.
If you want to collate everything that you've gotten into a list, so you guys could keep track of it, you
Nope.
can. But what you guys were doing right before this combat happened was you were going to jump.
We were gonna GTFO.
Yes, you were. So, since there is no ships in the area, and you have at this point you are free to jump out and start on your way to the SI system.
Then let's jump the fuck out of here and get out of the tutorial system.
It comes up, like a little option comes up in front of all of you, and it goes.
Are
Do
you
you want
happy
to
with
revert back to
being happy?
character? Do you want to revert back to character creation? Combat system. And the choices like this goes through.
It's like that spot you save at the beginning
You've
of
just
any
finished
Elder Scrolls
Newbie
game.
Island in RuneScape, is what's happened.
It's you save right before you go into the real world, and it's like,
This
do
is
you want
that,
to change anything in your character description because you don't want to go through the beginning again. So you save right there, and then when you go to
This is
replay,
the-
you just load up there.
Yeah, this is that town at the beginning of Skyrim, like the town and the caves underneath. This is that. All right, so you take a minute and you plot a course to the Asai system, which isn't too far away. It's in near space, so it's a bit of a distance away, but it's in a near space location, so jumping to it is actually pretty easy. So the calculations are pretty well known, and you just make the appropriate area and you enter into drift space very soon after. And the vista of a vast moon system and this giant gas giant that was redundant, this large gas giant are replaced with this amorphous golden void that is just around you. It's it's turbulent. There, it looks like a golden color, but there are multiple different colors and all in these like clouds of that look like gases, but then they turn to liquids, then ice, then gases again. It seems like the physics don't work here, like they do in real space. But you begin traveling through it, all the same.
All right. At this time, I'd like to get on the intercom system and ask Griff and the Ratman to take an inventory of whatever we got from the planet.
No, they don't. They're not going in my room.
Hi, Captain.
That's not in anyone's room. Calm down.
It is.
It's a public barracks.
It's a public barracks, Max.
No, it's not. We have
Yeah, it
two.
is.
Wait.
We have two
you
little
have
individual
everything.
rooms and then a public
Yosoki
barrack.
sleeps in the same room as you.
Wait, you have everything,
the
Max?
same room as you.
Well,
me
no, I have
and Griff
everything.
have it between us. Yes.
Yeah. In our
Alright.
backpack.
Never mind
Yeah,
then.
in our
I
bags.
misunderstood then something. Never mind.
And
No, it's okay.
Ratman's
They're
got
already
the
starting to
pendant.
hoard everything.
We've got like
Mac.
6 magical items, and we haven't identified or divvied them.
Alright, then I misunderstood something.
I'm
Never
just trying to
mind, then.
fund
Doesn't
my
matter.
esports campaign right now, so
Well, I'll head back to our room.
I'm already there. So like.
do we have a bar in the ship?
Right.
No, your ship. Which one of you wasn't here for the intro of the game? I don't
Me
know.
and Snow, but we
Me and
caught.
Snow, but
I
called
think
yourself
yeah.
You just said me and Snow after
No,
I said
wrong
me
one.
and Snow.
There we go. Okay, this. I think I took out
Oh,
the.
did I?
Yeah.
I think I took out the thing. This is the ship.
Yeah.
Everyone can see everything, right?
hmm
Yeah.
The whole ship. That's what the ship's layout is. So,
Some of it, not all of it.
it's enough. Anything you don't see, there's like probably the
No, it's not much.
yeah. But this is your ship. It's got 2 levels. It's got a command deck and then it's got a main deck. You've got a cargo hold, a main engineering room. You got a guest quarters, and you've got 2 crew quarters with 3 beds per quarter. Small storage room, an armory, a galley, 2 like bathrooms / laboratories, and you've got a section of like escape pods. that's connected to your
Roach, there
computer
seems
core.
to be an imposter.
I'm sorry.
There's 2 P6s. I don't like the look of the other one. There's an imposter.
What?
What are you talking about?
What the hell are you on about?
There's 2
Oh.
P6s.
Oh right, yeah, no, the original one. The original one. Whenever he never gave me a character thing, so I made him the remake RoboCop guy. He's still on the bridge.
Oh,
Yeah, instead of the guy he wanted. But yeah, that's your ship. But yeah, you've entered the drift, and yeah, it's not like the warp from 40K. Like, it is actually a very pleasant journey. Nothing really bothers you.
No screams. Of the
No
damned.
demons waiting
No
to
screams of the
kill
dam.
us?
The Geller field did not fail, and a demon did not appear on the galley.
Okay, good. We're not going to be intercepted by Slanesh Patrol. Good.
I just finished Battlefleet Gothic Armada yesterday, by the way. I finished
Oh
the
my
campaign
god,
of
that
it.
game's so fun.
The campaign's so fucking good.
I know.
I would like to go to grip and ask to identify the items.
I mean, do you remember which ones you've got, Snow? 'Cause I remember
Um,
which ones both of us have got, but
I'm trying to look. I swore I wrote a little bit
thought
of
we
this
put
down.
everything in Max's bag at one point.
well, no, there were some things I couldn't
Again.
carry because I already had too much of my own stuff.
Yeah. Also, he needed to run because you guys.
Yeah,
thought
so
they would
there's some
put,
things
like,
in.
Temple of Doom or whatever on you, or
Yeah.
yeah.
Didn't I have like a helmet in mine?
I think
And
from what
then,
you guys had it written down in your inventories, because I did double check Griff. I'm just gonna
Oh, is it
I'm just
in
gonna
inventory?
double check. Yeah, I think it's in your inventory. Yeah, you've got it written down somewhere. Yeah, you've got a gauntlet, black golden fingers. You've got a halfling Roman helmet, old coins.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Gemstones.
Yeah,
that's the
ones you've
that's- Okay, yeah. So that's what he's got in his.
I got some gemstones and some coins and got a helmet and a nice little gauntlet. Maybe some gems can fit in this gauntlet. I don't know.
As an intellectual, I'd be more than happy to identify.
Well,
Just as a
Can I keep
preamble,
them?
Savant Jones, you're coming nowhere near me.
He's not even in the same room. The only
Oh.
people that sleep in your room is
The
is
rat man.
Skreek and you. You share a room.
Yeah.
And that's
Oh.
it.
I
I
thought I,
thought it was
shared
me,
the room with them
Griffin.
too.
It was me,
No,
Griffin.
no,
Yeah.
it's me, Griffin. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we share this book.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. It's Skreek,
Yeah,
Griff, and Max in the same room.
Yeah.
Then it's P6.
Surprisingly-
Royce and Jones.
no, I'm guessing that the androids don't want me with them because I am not of the same glorious body.
Despite what you think about a rat man, he keeps his quarters surprisingly very clean.
You don't hoard things.
No,
like a-
he,
I like a-
everything's all squared away and nice. Although he did build a shrine
What?
in his corner to some being.
Okay. Cool.
If you want, you can roll a religion check to
So,
I mean, there isn't a
12.
religion check, is there?
Oh, is there?
No, it would be physical
No,
science.
It could be
Mystic-
it'd be a cultural check.
Be a
A
culture check.
cultural check or
Culture.
would it? Yeah.
It would
No,
be
no, no.
culture.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not
Culture or
interested in that.
mysticism.
I can culture check the crap out of things.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. You know this
Yeah,
is
it'd be pretty common.
you know this is a shrine to Azathoth.
It's a nice shrine to Azathoth you have there, Mr. Ratman.
He's like,
Oh,
what?
you know of the great changer?
I believe I also speak your language too, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I do.
You have a shrine to Slanesh in your room? Is that what you're?
No.
12. You're wanting to identify some of the things Griff's got?
Yes.
I pull out
It's
the
easy.
helmet and the gauntlet that was pointed out to be magical, and I show it to him.
You have the identify spell?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
And it's identifying gives me +10 to the check. Is it what kind of check is it?
It would
Physical.
be to identify a technology or identify magic or technology. It would depend on the magic. It would depend on whatever it is. If you're identifying magic, then it's mysticism.
All right. Mysticism it is.
Oh,
Nope.
So 12. He's got a +10 to that because of the identify spell. Which one are you identifying?
I was doing the helm first.
Okay, actually that's enough.
Oh, thank God.
Good thing you had that plus 10. You kind of figure you kind of moving around your hands, kind of figuring out what it is, and then you take a slight look through it and kind of feel the energy in it, and you can tell that this is a helmet of night vision. So it seems to have been like some sort of early military helmet that was enchanted with a night vision enchantment.
Okay.
So
I'd like to take the helmet and just march straight over to Max and be like, as the best shot on the crew, this clearly belongs to you, and just plump it right down on his head.
all right, it's halfling sized, so
Yeah, I'm still gonna try.
it kind of like catches.
How do I roll? How do I roll an unarmed attack?
I'm gonna say a D20 plus your strength modifier and your base attack bonus.
Good luck, Ben.
Uh,
Well, he has like a +5 to that, doesn't he?
Well, that's going
1d20
down.
plus my
I'm
base
going
attack
to.
bonus. Oh wait, no, there is a.
I'm gonna just grab.
There's a melee attack thing. What if I just click that?
Oh yeah, just
That
click
works.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna put the gauntlet back in the bag while this is happening.
What's your AC, Ben?
Me and Griff are just
12
watching
or
this.
something? Way lower than that.
Yeah, so that'd be kinetic AC actually. But yeah, KAC. So yeah, you kind of just like, split second after he tries getting on your head, you just like belts him in the jaw and just
How much damage do I take?
What's
it's
that
unarmed.
armed strike?
So
Was that 1d4?
I'm gonna say 1d4. I'm gonna use the D&D rules for this until I find otherwise. So yeah, you take 2 damage to your jaw. I mean, it hurts. It hurts like a motherfucker. But
I'm just gonna like be more confused than anything. And I do. Let's see, what am I gonna do here?
actually, guys, just 1 second. I need to talk to somebody before they go to work for just a split second. And so just give me I don't know, minute
Right
and a
back
half.
also.
The androids are touching me.
I just kind of go back to our room and just
I'm just sitting up on the bridge, unbeknownst to what's going on.
put my bag into the locker, lock it up, and just okay.
Dog, I'm just sat here playing Minecraft at the same time.
What?
I'm on the server. Just on my other monitor, I've got Minecraft on. So I don't know if you... Oh, is it gonna be there?
Almost. Oh, there we go.
It's my day today. It's an issue. What's my overall thought of the system, as in for Starfinder? I really enjoy playing in it, and it's fun to be in a sci-fi setting that kind of works. But there is still a few issues. For example, we're not sure what some of the checks do, but I think that will come with more time in the system. But
It's not all combat like Onlyware.
Yeah. Or it's not really convoluted like Star Trek Adventures. Recharge my jetpack.
I got the Road showed me the actual official rulebook for Star Trek Adventures, and I just kind of cried by how
Hard it is to read.
poorly it was put together. Yeah,
They still haven't. They did it again and they made it bad still.
yeah. The
Wow.
actual rulebook is terrible.
Isn't that lovely?
Basically, it ended up that they didn't listen to anyone and just went ahead with what they were doing.
It's like, the people who want to use our book, they told us they don't like all these things. Should we do something about that? Nah, that's just
No, we
fuck,
can
they
make
won't
money.
mind.
No, we can make money out of selling our own dice.
Oh, that's
Other people will buy it.
proprietary dice. Nothing turns me off from an RPG more than proprietary dice.
Dumb.
It had such a promise in the system. Like, I don't... A lot of you already know that I don't know Star Trek, but I was having fun with it, and then it slowly got worse and worse and more confusing. And
All right, I'm back. What are we talking about Star Trek now? It's
Yeah.
a Star Trek Adventures game.
Well, let's move on from that though.
Okay. All right, I'm back. So the last thing that happened, or unless you guys worked it out, was Midge belting 12 in the face.
Okay. Energy. Wait, no.
By the way, Max, that hurt like a bitch because
Metal.
he's metal.
Think
Like punching Bender in the face.
I think
jolting surge.
Okay.
what does
Oh
that
wait,
do?
you're gonna taser him?
Because I'm already touching him, so.
Cool. This is just
What
gonna
do you-
end in a player death because
Let's see.
I can heal if need be.
Yeah, me and Griff just look at each other like we know what's gonna happen.
Like I've already
And
stashed away my
I
bag.
definitely
so-
get +2 to this because he's wearing tons of electronical devices.
I mean, no, I'm not.
He's not.
He's got
Most
a
of his stuff's
computer.
analog.
Yeah.
Got a computer.
No, I don't.
You didn't buy one?
Hmm.
You don't have a gun?
I've got a gun, but
gun-
it's not electronic.
It's
I've got-
analog.
I use
Oh,
analog
I
everything.
thought he had that energy rifle.
Yeah, the thing is that just because it's an energy rifle, it specifically states in it if it's electronic or analog. It's it's not like
But
it doesn't have like an
I
electronic
don't
control
have
system.
an energy rifle. I use 2 pistols.
Oh, I thought
Hmm.
no, I thought you pulled it off of that elf dude.
I think you
got
guys just
that-
put that in the armory.
Yeah,
Oh, we just
that
left
went
it
in
around.
there.
Yeah, no, that's sitting in
All
the
right,
armory.
whatever.
Okay, so 13 versus your EAC.
No, that hits.
Don't think that hits.
Nope. All right, that spell's never hit anybody.
Hold on.
Was that all you did this for? Just so you could hit him with the
EAC
hit
is
something
15, so nope, does not
I didn't
hit.
know he was gonna attack me.
No, I think that's the reason why you cast it, just so you could actually say this. Hey, this spell worked. 'Cause
Oh,
it's
he
never hit
attacked me. I
anything.
was retaliating. It seemed natural.
Okay. Yeah. So Max, on your side, like it seems like he concentrates for a second,
Tickles.
and
Tickles.
it's like it's more like whenever you're about ready to when you know you have static charge in you, and like you're afraid to touch something of metal because it's gonna shock you. It's kind of like that for like a second,
So my hair
and then-
sticks up a bit.
a bit, and then it's kind of.
Wait, he's an
This is
android. Can I now touch him and give him an electric shock?
It doesn't work like that. It doesn't.
Oh.
It doesn't work.
He could
That would be
zap me a
funny.
little, like just a little.
I guess if you wanted to, it could, but it wouldn't do damage. It's just
Yeah.
like,
Just
This
a
turns from attacking each other to playfully shocking each other by running their feet on the run.
Zip, 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 zip.
But
All right, well, gotta go back
yeah.
and identify the other thing.
so do you take the helmet with you, or do you leave it with Max?
I'm gonna leave it with him. I don't fucking
Okay,
want
let's
it. I
go to
gave it
my-
to him.
All right, Max, you have a random helmet that looks halfling size that has like.
I've
it's
already
like an
seen the
old
helmet.
Nordic. Yeah. It's like an old Nordic helmet that's got like the face like carved in it. It's very intricate. Yeah, but
All right.
Roach,
I-
quick
yes.
question.
yes.
I asked about last time about a certain person that was in a certain system that I could certainly talk to about dealing with certain things.
Certainly, yes.
Is there anyone on this ship that I know of other than P6 who's a pilot?
Me.
Me.
Okay.
So, Griff and 12
As well as me.
have shown,
so-
as well as you, that have shown some signs of piloting.
I feel like me and Six must be related in some way because our numbers, the 6 goes into 12 pretty evenly.
Like,
You saying you two are married?
maybe
No, just related in some way. Like we came off the same production line or something.
is that like third cousins or something in Android? Like
The same serial number group.
We're divisible.
We're from the same gang.
our numbers
We're-
are divisible.
Our serial numbers are both divisible by increments of 3.
We're from the
Bro!
gang of 3.
Exactly. Is there
There was,
another
orig-
episode of Futurama
there was
like that
originally
where
a
he beats-
guy. There was
he beats
originally a
evil
guy
Bender?
called Free. Ben, there was originally a guy called Free. Then double that
okay.
is 6 me. Then double that is 12 you.
So he's
So who's
like,
24?
yeah, you're like, I'm a generation newer than you.
Jack Bauer.
But number 3, he died, and so we never speak about the past.
Gotcha. Can I identify the gloves, the gauntlets?
I put them away.
Sure.
All right, never mind.
They're in
Alright,
that
no.
situation.
Alright.
We never speak about the past.
Okay.
As acting first officer, I'd like to ask the Ratman to see what repairs need to be made to the ship when we get to the station.
This one was already going to do that.
I'm.
Well, now it's an order.
I forget you talk in third person. I'm gonna make it known to Royce that I would be much obliged if the ship could take me to. I've got the coordinates for that said person, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If once we've finished our business in wherever we're going, if we could head to these coordinates.
Insert coordinate.
Insert coordinate here.
Gave you the name of that system, right?
I think so. I'll need to check over my private messages to you because it was done through that.
Depending on at the station, I am confident we'll be able to assist you.
Good.
Ghetto. And then I'd also like to go over to make a list with the captain of what we want to upgrade the ship with,
Well, first thing on the
including
list
computers
is,
that open. Yeah, I got the
is fixing this goddamn airlock because whoever
Yeah.
designed this thing is a damn fool.
right. Okay.
That's priority number 1.
Did we have issues getting back into the ship after the combat?
Yes.
Well, no, during the combat. That's what he's messed. That's what he's.
Oh,
The
okay.
airlock, for some reason, didn't have any sensor on it to actually detect. It was
Oh.
like a scripted event, basically. It wasn't a dynamic thing where it was like, oh, the pressure on the inside and the pressure on the outside is exactly the same. It was just like you hit a button and code goes off. So it's just like, okay,
It's
we
like
gotta
the
wait for the
elevators in
script.
Mass Effect.
We have to wait for this script to finish before we can get onto the ship.
So it's just a coding problem,
Yeah.
basically.
But we need to like install a sensor that actually can detect the outside pressure.
And what else was the what else are you or do you want to fix on the ship?
I remember there was a couple other things that we wanted to work on, but I didn't write
Better
that stuff down,
sensors.
so we're just gonna.
Well,
have
I'm
to
just
figure
letting you
that
guys know this is your like it takes it'll take for your trip right now at your current rate. You're going to near space. You just entered from vast space, so going to near space, that is that many d6s. So it'll take you 8 days to get to the Asai system. So you've got time to work on stuff. So compiling your list.
Can we get some galactic Wi-Fi on this ship?
It doesn't exist.
Damn it. Can I
So
option
no
do
space
that?
porn? Is that the
Well, anything you already downloaded before you got on the ship is just there.
well, I didn't realize I was gonna be awake for most of this. Thought I was just gonna go back to sleep.
Oh, awake and alone.
I've got old-fashioned magazines.
I mean, the
vintage.
From a time called the
library.
1980s.
Royce
The
is
library
squishy.
computer's got quite a bit of stuff in it. It's got like its own version of like Spacepedia, and a couple of
Spacepedia.
archive websites and things like that.
Awesome.
Royce
it's-
is
Let's get Doom.
Royce is a squishy. He's welcome.
In
to
this
stuff.
in this universe, has net neutrality been taken away?
Depends on the nation.
No, that ended when Elon Musk took over the world about 12 years ago.
He installed microchips in everybody's brain to beam the internet directly into your face.
If you hadn't, did you see the
How about
SpaceX
Uber
satellite
Musk?
internet thing?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks cool. It'd be
Richard
completely.
Mille.
It wouldn't be useful to any of us, though. That's the problem.
Gigabit internet across the entirety of the world.
Yeah, but
I
with
feel like
with
Elon Musk
latency
is like the
with latency of
21st century
700.
Tesla.
Except he's
he has
actually
money.
good at business.
Yeah,
He's
he actually has money.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, you've got a couple of days of downtime. during that time, I'm going to go to each of you and figure out what you guys want to do. So starting with 12, it's about 8 days of travel and downtime. What are you doing during this 8 days?
Well, I was gonna identify the items, but no one's allowed me access to those, so I can't.
During those days, does anybody allow him to see any of those items?
I'm just kind of scared.
Okay, I will let him see a few.
Okay.
I assume
It gets to
Max...
you, Max. It gets to you that he can identify these things, and you know that can increase the price of these.
And I'd assume we'd agree to stay by your side and not let him try and do anything to you.
Touch your head again.
Touch your head again.
He can look at the shield,
let
the
me do
sword,
anything
and
to
the
him.
gun,
He
and the
attacked
2
me.
guns.
That is a good point. He did attack
specifically.
12.
Okay, hold on, guys. Max, what did you just say?
The shield, the sword, and the 2 guns.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, because I can technically only do one of these a day, so.
You've got 8 days, so once a day.
So
you can go ahead and do this.
let's start with the shield.
Okay, so the shield. That was specifically. Was there anything extra about that? Because there were a couple of shields in that horde. Did you write down specifics?
The one I'm wanting to check is the round buckler with the wings on it.
Oh, round buckler. With
I got a
wings.
29 on that.
This seems to be some sort of it's made of a material that wouldn't be useful for an actual buckler. Like you get it in your hands and like you can actually bend it.
Tin.
Like
It's pewter. It's a pewter buckler.
Plastic.
It,
The kid's toy.
It's not plastic. It's just a worse metal than what you would normally make it out of. It's like a composite, like an alloy that's not used
It's
today.
World War II plastic. It's Bakelite.
That wouldn't bend. That'd just crack in half.
Exactly. Just got old and brittle.
But this seems to be something that when you put it on, it actually makes you feel quicker. Like you wouldn't need to defend yourself with the shield. And mechanically, that means you get 1 extra move action a turn.
Oh, I'm keeping this.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna
Give
keep
it back.
it on my arm and move on to the next item. So what were the other items?
Hang on. No, he's not having any else until that's returned.
All right, I'll walk away.
Just keep the item.
Yeah, I'm the fastest one in the group, so it would benefit me the most.
Just hold
This
on a
is
second.
why I don't trust
Double
androids.
check.
I turn to anybody around me.
Even gypsies.
I'm just gonna look up.
We risked our lives.
I knew that one off the top of my head, but
Even gypsies.
if you are gonna take it, Ben, just so you know, it gives you 1 extra movement action per day. You need a long rest in between to use it.
Gotcha.
So basically, you can get a free dash action once a day.
Does this item have an actual name?
I guess identify would do that.
Quick. Is it like just a quick buckler? A buckler of quickness?
Hold on, I just closed it. Oh, you mean like the actual magical item?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's the buckler of Fleetfoot. Oh, and the helm that you guys it was a helm of dark seeing.
Dark.
Well, dark seeing is its actual magical name, but yeah, it's just something that gives you low light vision.
Can the
dark
Rat
vision.
Man's head fit it?
No,
'Cause he's little.
He's got the snout. He's got a
I
snout.
got ears and
to the
snout.
face.
So nobody's head will fit that.
No, it's not made for any of you. It's made for a small creature, and I would say Yusoki probably couldn't do it because it's got a closed face on it. If you modified it, it might.
I mean,
I feel like that would probably break it.
Probably. All right, so if that's the end of the identifying of items,
I am going to stay very vigilant on everything that I'm holding and make sure no one comes near me pretty much for the most of the rest of the time I'm with the crew.
Can I have the helmet back, Mac?
Yes.
That night
Mainly
I
'cause
would
I
like to
can't-
sneak
well-
into the room and try to get the rest of the items to identify.
Okay, this is seriously going to end with me shooting this android.
I
guess
I'm
you've got to
glutton
make a
for
stealth
knowledge.
check against my
passive perception.
There's no passive perception. We'll have to roll it.
Yeah.
So wouldn't that be just? There's no passive perception, really.
Yeah, no, it's a rolled perception score. It's in this one.
I like that you're trying to
So-
take.
I'm not trying to take them. I'm gonna identify them. I just want to like pull them out of wherever they are, like sit cross-legged on the ground in the room and identify.
All right, so make a
So,
stealth check.
Should we all be
12.
rolling perception checks?
Well, whoever's in the room with me, which is
Yeah, because
I rolled
I'm sleeping in that room.
11.
All right, so Griff, Max, and Skreek make a perception check.
I'm dead asleep.
Don't know. I've clicked the roll button, but it hasn't done anything.
No, it wasn't.
5.
5. Skreek, what did you get?
Hang on. It didn't want to open for me at first.
That's a
All right,
really
Skreek.
low roll. Hold on.
Skreek is the only one. Skreek, you hear someone who's
The door.
trying to trying to be stealthy, but obviously he's just kind of seen people being stealthy, and he's like,
I feel like the maybe the human leather soles of my feet have worn out, and I'm walking around barefoot, so you just hear a little every once in a while
Metal
clank
click clack.
of my heels.
and it wakes you up. So and you see Sophant Jones 12 standing over Max's like footlocker, and he's like kind of
They're in my
creaking it
bag.
open.
I'm hugging it.
So he's hugging like I imagine like a duffel bag full of guns, and he's hugging it. I'm trying to replace it with like a teddy bear.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So he's trying
I
to
sit up,
He's trying to get.
and from
to,
under my
to-
pillow, I produce my pistol.
I'm just gonna look at him and go,
Put the
into,
bag
into the gun barrel. Into the gun barrel.
down.
Just
Put the
pointing
bag
at-
down.
can I just reach into the bag and identify it while it's still in his?
I cock the hammer.
I just need
back.
to touch it, right?
Put the bag down.
I'm not holding the
Technically-
bag.
He's not holding it. He's putting his hand into the bag.
Just reaching
Yeah,
into it.
technically yes. You could just touch
All right.
an item and
Do
identify
you have
it.
Do you have a?
Which
15.
item is he touching?
Is the
Does
rest?
he know?
There's no way. No.
He doesn't know.
How many,
Okay,
hold
okay,
on,
okay.
hold on. How many items are left to be identified?
The ones that I listed out, or the ones I didn't?
How many
All of
items?
them.
How many identified items are in the bag? Unidentified items are in the bag.
A lot.
Just give me a number so I can assign a dice.
And then I'll
to
roll.
these guys.
Can I?
I
can
think
roll?
around a little over, maybe 10 or a little over.
No, it's
Oh, I
about
thought it was
7.
6.
Because some of them aren't. It's
Okay.
7, but
Okay,
some of them are.
roll
Because some
a-
of them are definitely not magic. There's
Okay,
7 that could be.
Okay, so
D8.
list put those into my chat on Discord, Midge. Just like put them in there like
Yeah.
real quickly.
Okay.
And what I'm gonna have you do, Ben, is I'm gonna have you roll a D8, and
Mhm.
1 and 2 are gonna be the same.
Okay.
Okay. So
See, I don't. I'm just. I'm a professor. It's a thirst for knowledge.
A thirst.
My character doesn't give a shit. He doesn't
A
want
death
to have
wish.
that. He doesn't want to have the fucking droid get airlocked by Max.
It's okay. It would take too long for it to work anyway.
Yes.
I have a spacesuit. I'll be okay.
Yeah, by that time he'd be fully suited up.
I can't read my own handwriting.
Damn it. Damn it.
That's a. I
I
see
know your
that
pain.
Midge suffers
I
from the
know
same
your
thing
pain.
I do.
Yeah.
And me.
see, I've been getting better about my handwriting. I've been
I need to
trying
get
to.
I need to get one of those frickin' books that you can just do the cursive again.
That
Do the cursive.
Midge, that other one, the other
Nobody
shield.
uses
What was
cursive.
the
Well,
what's
I
the
was
description I gave for that? Was that the round kite shield, or was that the Roman dragon shield, or was that the one with the picture of death on it?
Pretty sure it was the one with the picture of death on it.
Well, that's the one you grab. All right.
oh great.
All right, okay. I just wanted to make sure because there was actually like 5 in there, and I
Should I
I
roll?
couldn't remember. Is that all of them, Midge?
I think that's all the. I was just rereading it. I think that's all the actual items I think are magical. But,
Roll a d6, Ben.
But don't forget, I've
what?
also got
5. What'd I find?
Okay, well he wouldn't touch he would be looking for a singular item,
Okay.
Midge. So
Well,
it's not-
just in case
uh,
any of those were accidentally magical or anything.
Okay, Ben, you kind of reach in and you touch what seems to be like a solid squarish metal plate of some sort, and you cast the identify. I need you to roll a mysticism. Oh,
I got a 15.
15. Let's see. Okay. You grab onto it and you get a sense there is magic here and there is some sort of magical effect, but it seems to be you can't figure it out. Maybe how you're trying to do it without actually looking at
Just
it or
doesn't work.
messing with it, it doesn't work. Yeah.
I'm just gonna fiddle with it for a second, like thinking hard. I'm just gonna shake my head.
Make a perception check again, Mitch, with a +5 on that. Just do a perception check and add 5 to it.
Yeah.
It's
This
fine.
is about to be hilarious.
Seven. 8, sorry.
Shrug my shoulders, let go of it,
Yeah.
and leave. That's the only spell I can only cast it.
Yep.
Once night.
So yeah,
Bug-
Max,
bug
you
out.
don't notice anything. You
I
just like
just-
shift in your
I
sleep.
just watch
Keep
you
holding onto it.
leave. Put my revolver back.
All right. I'm gonna say for the rest of the week. I'm gonna say for the rest of the couple of days, you never get another chance to do the
I wasn't gonna
do
keep.
that.
I wasn't gonna keep doing that until
sneak
I
in it.
succeeded.
Yeah. So Royce, what do you do for the 8 days?
Other than compile a list of like what needs to be fixed and what
Uh-huh.
each member of the crew would like to see added or upgraded on the ship, I'm just gonna try and get to know each of the rest of the crew, get to know everyone.
All right. Why don't you do that now? Why don't you ask everybody what they want on the ship, just so we can actually compile a list of that. So we know what 12 wants.
Yeah. Ratman,
Yes. What do you require, human?
what would you like to see upgraded or added to the ship?
Opens up his arm, looks at his computer that's built into his arm. This one feels we need better sensors and a more efficient computer. The weapons are adequate for this class of ship, but the sensors have deeply hurt us due to their lack of ability for us to see what is coming. And the computer could, as I said, use an upgrade. Or
Okay. P6.
NG.
Yes.
What would you like to see upgraded or added to the ship?
Reinforced, defenses possibly, just in case we ever get attacked in the future.
Like better shields or armor?
Yeah, shields or
type thing?
armor and stuff. Anything to help us if we get into trouble.
Griff?
Oh yeah, I'd like a LAN server and a cocktail bar.
Yes! I was gonna say a bar.
I can get on with that.
I think he wants a padlock for his room.
I also like to get some locks. Maybe better lockers that lock themselves that need fingerprint identification, something along those lines.
Okay. Max?
My own room with a door. And better guns if we can manage it. Targeting systems could do with an upgrade. I mean, we had a lot of trouble locking on in that previous fight. And if I'm going to stay around here, I want to feel safe if we get into in a fight. So I can handle myself, but I don't know about everyone on this ship.
All right. So yeah, that's your list of upgrades. As second officer, you've compiled that, or as acting second officer. And yeah, you get around throughout the week. You have conversations, talk with people. It's you know everybody's names now, and you know
Most of this is
acquaintances.
most of this is an attempt to bridge the gap between androids and non-androids. So there's a little
Yeah.
less
Keep
infighting.
the crew together.
There's no gap. Not that I can sense.
So Skreek, what do you do during the 8 days?
Well, publicly, Skreek tends to spend a lot of time away from the group, but whenever, like, say, when Royce came around to talk to him, he is respectful, though standoffish towards him. Not in a malicious sort of way, but more in as in I've got things to do sort of way. He's mostly spending time in engineering or in the bedroom, in the bunk room. Spending time mostly in meditation in the bunk room, and nothing else really. He's just tends to the engine and spends a lot of time alone. Talks when talked to, not much else.
Okay. All right. P6. What do you do during the 8-day journey?
I'm just spending time studying the spacecraft and like its piloting stuff to just make sure I can fly a bit better. You know, just gonna practice.
Make a.
So I know the baby like inside out.
Yeah. 8 days. What would be a good skill for that? I'm gonna say either piloting or computers. Make a check with those, whichever one's better for you.
Maz, you missed me punch Ben.
Piloting.
Okay, make a piloting check. Okay, throughout the 8 days, you've not only figured out how the ship, you know, how it kind of maneuvers and stuff. Like drift space it's not exactly like real space, but you can still get a feel for it, even inside of this by taking it on a couple of like basic maneuvers and stuff. You kind of figured out how it feels. It handles like a whale, like it's as slow as a whale, but the thing is that it makes up for it that it's a very maneuverable ship. It can turn a lot quicker than you'd think it would. You've also, in your off time, you've kind of looked up kind of the ship's design and stuff on the library computer. This is a Typin class. This is specifically a Mark III Typin class, so it's a very early one. It was commissioned about 75 years ago on the Gnomish on a Gnomish colony, specifically.
Which system? Is
Yeah,
that the
hold
one I'm
on.
going to?
On specifically Green Meadow, the Green Meadow colony. The Typin is a Gnomish class of ship, and it's one of their lines of ships. But it is
We're flying around in a gnomish vessel.
Yes.
It's a little surprising we're not all bumping our heads on the ceiling.
Well, the gnomes make ships for everyone. They're very good shipwrights. They're very technical. They're like the dwarves are also. They make a lot of ships and they have forges and things. But gnomes also make theirs. But theirs is not about war production quotas. It's more about artisanship. So these are made very slowly over a long period of time, but they're very well made. They last a long time. 75 years is a very long commission date for a ship, but it is still in perfect working order. So. You find that out about your ship. So yeah, it was commissioned 75 years ago.
Over quantity.
Yeah, it was commissioned 75 years ago on Green Meadow Colony. And,
Sounds good.
Yeah. Griff, what did you do for 8 days?
First, Greek, did you let either me or Max know about the incident with number 12? That's gonna change what I do over the 8 days.
I'm just finishing up typing out a message that Max will find on his pillow.
Oh, good.
Ew.
That's not creepy.
It's not creepy.
Hey, as long as it didn't come from an android, I'm fine.
You're gonna get a letter from Ratman that goes, "I watch you while you sleep.
I have no problems with any other races. Like my character was like a what's it called? Like a space explorer. So
A person.
and he has an interest in. The character was a person.
He just doesn't like synthetic life.
Yeah, because of some backstory that none of you know
My
about.
character was a person. That is very
No longer. They were. No longer. Now they're just a being.
I'm dead inside.
Well, if I do know about that whole thing, then I'm gonna find some way to lock my footlocker, like without it, where someone couldn't easily open it. And if not, then I'll just be carrying my
Alright,
medical
most
officer
people-
/ science duties.
You guys really haven't been locking the footlockers, but it does have a lock. It does have a personal lock. Basically, everything that's meant to be like a personal storage area has a thumbprint reader, or no, it would be I said before palm prints. So you kind of like put your hand up to it. It's not like a footlocker. It's more like a standing locker, just off to the side of every bed. But it's got like a little palm print that you can put things into, and it'll it's pretty much keyed to you once you input it in.
I register my locker to me and get my bag put in there, and then I just kind of do my science officer / medical officer things, where I just kind of go around and making sure everyone's okay. And when I have free time, I just play some kind of like, I don't know, Doom on my computer, something that's easy, you can run on every
I'm
toaster.
going to spend my free time talking to P6 about how amazing this crew is, and how the synergy is just like really on point, and how everybody's so trustworthy.
It's like someone with freaking
Alzheimer's.
No,
Oh
he's
my
just
God.
he's just oblivious.
It's just oblivious.
It's like you have a
Oblivious.
form of like personality disorder where you have no inhibitions towards testing a social situation.
Okay, Snow, you spent basically your week. You talked to everybody, get to know everybody. So you didn't have as much time as some other people had to get to know everyone. You log the medical supplies on the ships. So basically, all of the hallway med kits that are around everywhere are full. Like they were never used. So medically wise, the ship's fine. You kind of just spend your days playing some single player games on your computer, like playing some I don't know.
I was gonna say I like playing Doom, anything that can run on a toaster.
Yeah. This isn't your rig at home. This is your mobile one. You're playing Origin Trail 3000. Just it's about the great Oregon migration through the Oregon Nebula at the time.
I think it'd be funny if he was playing like a D&D based game.
He was playing the Tales of Borkvar Godslayer on his computer. It's just like an old text adventure game that he's playing or something.
Yeah.
He just throws the controller across the room. He's like, God, Sigmund always kills me.
I can never get past Sigmund. Fuck.
There's a
So
real
OP.
issue with a Temple of
Still like
Palo.
3/3. There's still like 2/3 of the game left. Damn it. Okay, but yeah, that's what you do. Max, what do you do for the rest of your week?
Okay, so I've woken up to find a letter on my thing. On
Well,
my
no,
pillow.
that was the day after. The day you
Well,
didn't
yeah. So
plant it while you were
this is
sleeping.
so this is what I did. I went to Royce, who has kindly given me the codes to the armory. I've stashed the stash in the armory, and I've locked it away.
Stash in the stash. Yeah, got it.
I want to
The giant
first
gas
of all
giant.
clean my guns.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go blow a hole in the head of Savant Jones. No, I want to spend time.
Hands on, just sitting on your bed,
Wait,
greasing the
wait.
gun.
Jolting surge.
I
Rolls
want,
a -1.
I want to. I want to.
Fuck! I rolled a 4.
Actually, what actually happens is you just give him a loving massage on his neck, fix a lot of the cramps and the arthritis in his
You guys
neck.
are gonna
Sucks
crit.
about this-
You guys are gonna crit fail to a relationship. That's what you're gonna do.
You know what sucks about this spell is I've never hit with it, and the spells don't get more powerful as you go on. So as I level up, it gets weaker. So it's just never gonna be any use when it was good, and then later on when it's nothing, it'll start hitting.
Yeah, but the thing is, remember, HP doesn't scale. It's your like your stamina points. Your stamina points go up, but the health pool is always lower than what you normally expect.
I want to spend time cleaning my guns so they'll make sure they're still like nice and work as I want them to, and I want to spend time valuing the items that I have.
Okay, well, without knowing
I also want to make a threat to Stephon Jones that if he comes near me again, without my formal invitation to do so, he will find a bullet in his head.
Okay, hang on a sec. Can you do me a favor and roll an intimidation check for me?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Oh yes, Roach, I forgot to mention. I wanted to take a look at the security system for the room and see if I could try and retrofit it to make it more effective.
Well, you normally would, but everyone here has got captain's access, so...
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, is there a way to, like, for it to detect biological life forms that I could jury rig?
Technically, but that's the thing is that androids are biological life forms.
Yes, but they have mechanical parts.
They have a.
Well, don't you as well?
Yeah. So do you? Yeah, it wouldn't work because they can't. You wouldn't be able to lock out specific.
100% organic.
I'm just gonna. When you come to threaten me, I'm just gonna give you like a sad look and just go, "Your mother never hugged you, did she?" And then give him one of these.
My character's an orphan!
I don't know that.
I guess it was true then.
Oh my god!
Okay, no, that needs a different reaction. Oh.
And just like nodding.
Bring it in here, buddy. Bring it in here.
Nodding and do like to bring it in here for a hug.
Okay,
Not
I'm gonna have to do
hug,
another
a real
unarmed
hug.
strike.
Roach,
Oh my god!
if we have any missing health points, do we regain any of these during these?
Yeah,
8
during the
days?
days. Yeah, it's one per day, so you got 8 days. So go up all that, and you should get to everybody back up to full.
Yeah.
Did you get our resolve back?
Yeah, at the beginning of every day you get your resolve. So
This-
should be back up.
18. That hits.
Yeah. My...
He's a spellcaster, so he has like a KAC of like 12.
This is
1d4.
3.
You take three. You take 3 stamina point damage.
Okay, I'm gonna keep my arm down and just be like, good start. Little higher and a lot softer.
Where do you hit him?
I want
in his
to.
I'll be right back.
Imagine he punched me in the stomach.
I'm
imagine he just did a gut
going with
shot.
like knee to the groin.
Going where?
To the what?
Knee to the groin.
Oh,
Oh,
the
yeah,
one
yeah,
part
yeah.
where you have fleshy bits.
I don't think that's gonna affect me at all.
Yeah, because they're androids. They don't really have those. I mean, they have them, but they don't have the pain.
They are
They
balls
look
of-
human. It's my natural reaction, you know.
They're balls
Okay,
of steel.
So little higher. and
My
a lot
penis is
softer.
detachable.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it with time. You'll get there. Then I leave.
Okay. Is that all you wanted to do for your week, Max?
Ben, wait,
Um,
and wait, 1 second. When number 12 walks out, I say, I think that went well.
Yeah,
I,
that's fine.
You're just
That's fine.
enabling
We're
at
making
this point.
progress.
I think he wants to be your friend.
We'll get there. I'll get.
I am going to.
I know at the end of this there's a dead body, and I don't know which one of you it's gonna be because it depends on how long it takes. Because at the end it could be Ben that's stronger than you, or the vice versa. It depends. I don't sure.
Well, I could kill him with one hit, but I would have to hit him,
You
which I've never
hit him
done.
first.
You can kill me with one hit.
Yes, I
think this
could.
is a love
Shocking
story.
Grasp is a surprisingly good first level spell.
I could do 24 points of damage with that.
Hold on. I don't think that would kill me.
If you get him pretty close. He's a fighter, so he's meant to be a tank. So
How could
Yeah.
he can't possibly have more HP and SP.
I have 11 HP and 9 SP, so he could technically.
yeah, you could technically kill him.
But knowing how Ben rolls,
Well, let's roll 4d6 just for shits and giggles. No.
9. Hey, you'd get through. No, you wouldn't even get through the SP. Nope.
Nope.
Okay,
He'd
so
just be a
that's
little tired.
is that the end of what you wanted to do, Max, for the week? All right, I got
unless,
the 8 days.
Yeah, unless can I see if there's any pistol ammo in the armory? Now I've got the codes. Is there at all?
There wasn't any specific like ammunition for any weapons that was there. There was
explosives.
yeah, you had a couple of
Flashbangs.
flashbangs that were in there. It didn't really seem like they were stocked up to fight things when they left for this journey.
Yeah,
So
okay,
yeah,
fair.
there wasn't a lot of spare things. You'll have to stock the armor yourselves if you want to. Though currently in the army, I think Royce is keeping track of that. There's like how many scatter guns right now? I think there's
3.
there's a surprising amount of scatter guns.
There's more
there's
than
a
that. 'Cause I
laser.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's
thought
also,
we grabbed 3 and then stopped getting them because we had so many.
Well, you had all the ones on the ship from all the dead bodies that you took. Remember?
Yeah, well,
Those-
not including those, there was 2 energy pistols, an energy rifle,
There's pistols.
4 tack knives, and I think that was it.
Okay, so
I
I'm gonna
want
say total. You have like, I'm gonna say before you stop picking them up, one of them went onto the robot. I'm gonna say you have 6 scatter guns, with probably a grand total. I'm gonna say of between all the ammunition if you picked it all up, you had a potential of having maybe 50 shells of scattergun ammo if you picked it all up. So
Did you
got
Okay.
gave us XP at the end of the last one, right?
no,
No.
I didn't. It's just
Okay.
because you didn't finish anything, so I could just rolled it into this one. So you'll get all the XP after this. So you got 2 standard azimuth laser pistols like what you have already.
I don't
plus
have
the-
laser pistols. I have normal pistols.
Oh yeah, there's 2 of those with a magazine per pistol, so a single magazine per pistol, and then you have the laser rifle, which I believe you took off the Drow, and that had 3 3 batteries for it in grand total, and that's what you got. You also got you looted the Drow, didn't you?
Oh, and there was a baton. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a standard shock baton or something like that. I think it was a shock baton.
Yeah.
Yeah, you if you looted the Drow corpse, you got a set of Lishunta Ringwear Mark 1.
Oh yeah, no, that's in my personal possession.
Yeah, you also got a I think it was a standard tack leash or a tack or it was like a whip. It was like a whip. I'd have to go back in my notes, but I think Midge took it.
Yep. I put
the Yeah.
whip in the armory.
Okay, so put that so space whip, Royce. Put that in the ship's armory.
Ooh. Base whip.
Space whip. But yeah. Okay, so that's what you have in the armory, Max. If that's what you were looking for.
I want to take one of the laser pistols.
Okay, it's a
Um,
standard azimuth laser pistol.
This is being. I need a new name. Misfortune, misunderstanding,
Misemulation.
Miscongeniality.
Miscommunication.
Miscommunication. There you go.
There you go.
I thought that was what your
If
fist
you
was.
take, just so you know, Max, if you're going to take that, it only has 1 charge with it, unless you take the charge battery from the other pistol as well.
No, I'll leave the other one. I also. Do I want the laser rifle? I am like one of the only people that can use it. But I don't like them. So no, I'm not going to use the laser rifle. Leave that in the thing.
Okay.
But I want to spend time cleaning those the new pistol as well, and
You know what?
all the ones. I'll offer to clean other people's guns as well.
Max, as a sign of good faith, I go to my robot and I open up its ammunition compartment and I take out one of the charges for my for its last pistol, and hand it to you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
So you have 2 charge packs for that. One inside of it, one spare. Okay. So
It's 20
after
shots
that,
per charge pack, right?
Yeah, it's 20 shots.
Yeah, so you have 40 rounds for your laser
40
pistol.
for the laser pistol, and I've got like 57 between the pistols. Good.
Yeah. So okay. So you spend 8 days in drift space. It's fairly uneventful, I believe. Just give me a second to check and see how uneventful it is. Apparently very uneventful. So, you go through, and you're following the ship's predetermined course from the coordinates that you put in for the Asai system. Did any of you actually take the time to figure out what the Asai system was or look it up during the week?
I can do I can do a check for it as well.
Okay, do computers check. If you're going to try and figure out, if you're going to try and look up the Asai system, it's a fairly low DC.
Yeah.
Did I beat it? Did I beat it, Space God?
With that, no. No. You did. Were you doing the same thing, Snow?
Sure. Why not?
Why not? Yeah, you. Jesus, why can't you guys roll this well?
Me and you
during
just computer
combat?
buddies.
Jesus.
Well, I'm a skill junkie, so I'm just like.
All right, the Asai system is it's on the outskirts of Union space. Union is the current large like governing body of the galaxy. It's like the old Grand Republic or the Federation, etc. It's not a part of the Union, so it's a protectorate that's been put in recently, and it's only got a single colony in the system, and it's fairly uninteresting as a system itself, other than the fact that the colony world is off limits to outsiders. So the only place that you can go is the station in orbit around the colony, which is the Caraway Station. So, takes 8 days, but you finally get to the coordinates where you transition back into real space. Again, fairly uneventful. You stop in drift space, you switch on the drift engine, and it tears a hole in reality and brings you back into real space, and then switch back on your engine, start moving forward.
And then we get the Polaris event.
Yeah. When you get back into it dumps you essentially at the edge of the star system, because you did not specifically target. You couldn't specifically target the station itself. You didn't have the exact coordinates. So you're on the outside of this star system, and according to your sensor readings, it's a small system that has 4 planets in it, with its main star is a red dwarf. It's a very small kind of
Is it cold
dim
outside?
star. Other than it being a red dwarf system with a habitable planet, it's got and the other planets are lifeless balls of rock that kind of orbit at various distances, and it has a big asteroid belt kind of in an Oort cloud position around the system, about 2 AU away from the star. And yeah, you've got it's 2 AU, Ben, because it's a very compacted system. The dwarf star's only the habitable zone is very.
Saw my eyebrows.
Yeah, it's like it's the habitable zone would be very close to the star, and the planets kind of go out further than the cloud, but the cloud kind of just extends further out other than the orbits. So it's almost like you got like a big cloud kind of in the top half that kind of orbits around, and you got a big cloud in the bottom half that kind of orbits. But yeah, it's kind of how the system is. It's fairly uninteresting. Red dwarfs are by nature uninteresting, given the fact that I think that's 90% of the stars in the sky are red dwarfs or something like that.
Given the fact that it's a British comedy show and sometimes it can be a little dry.
I really love Red Dwarf.
God.
Yeah, Red Dwarf. I like British comedy in general.
I rolled up that star. I rolled up the system, and I knew that was going to be the first joke out of Midge's NG's mouth. It was going to be one of those two.
Everybody's dead, Dave. Everybody's dead. Everybody's dead. Everybody's dead, Dave.
But yeah, you begin
I need to go
on your
rewatch
way.
that.
You begin on your way to the one habitable planet in the system, and from your readings, it's a little ball that is very close to the star. Like it has a year that's minuscule. Like it orbits around the star very quickly. By your readings, it only has gravity. It only has about 0.4 G on it. Very small world. It's still cold, even how far it is from the star, which is fairly close. It's the first planet in orbit.
I'd assume that sun is huge.
No, a red. Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. When you're on the planet.
Yeah, it would be fairly large, but it wouldn't be like what you think it would be. It wouldn't be like Mercury is for us.
Right.
Like if we went to Mercury, it's just like oh, the sun. The sky's yellow today. No, it'd be
it's the sun.
It would be bigger than what we see from Earth, but it is still a red dwarf, which is very small compared to even the sun, which is I think the sun. What is it? Is that a yellow dwarf? Is the sun or?
No, it's a main sequence star.
Yeah, but I think they actually have a subname for it. Like it's a yellow dwarf because it's smaller than a normal main sequence. But whatever.
You can continue. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him right now, too.
Isn't Google great?
G2V type star, yellow dwarf.
Yellow dwarf. Yeah,
yellow dwarf.
Yeah. Red dwarfs are smaller than even yellow dwarfs. So, yeah. But yeah, it's in the system. You get the readings that there is a very large space station in orbit around the first planet of the star system, which seems to be the planet that has a colony on it. And strangely enough, from your readings, there are no electronic or EM or radio signals emanating from the planet.
That's odd.
All the signals you're getting are from the station.
I assume that's not normal.
No, it's the Native American planet from Star Trek where there's a shield around it.
Roach,
Skreek, you would know. The reason the colony is off limits to outsiders is this is a very ancient colony. This is pre-drift technology. This was settled by a very old subsect of elves from the original world, and they followed a god that allowed them and guided them through the Feywild to deposit them on this planet, instead as a way of getting past pre-drift speed limits of the light. So they did planar travel to a different planet.
Oh.
And they are like
Nifty.
they're like the Amish for
So
elves.
they're fucking Luddites.
They're very xenopathic towards other races. They don't believe in advanced, like hyper advanced technologies. They have some basic ones, but they keep it very tasteful. They still believe in kind of like down to earth kind of living, and they colonize the entire world. The entire world's filled with them, but they don't do anything with the star system, and they gave the rights of the star system to the Union. About 20 years ago.
Disturbed.
As long as they're not disturbed and the ships keep things away from them, they'll.
Okay. I'd explain that to them. They're basically the space Amish, or actually more accurately, space Mennonites.
Okay. It's also odd that they chose to settle there because it is a very cold planet. It is.
They're elves. They're weird.
Snow elves.
Andor. They're Andor.
Oh my God, Santa!
Let me go see Santa now.
We stumbled upon the Christmas
The Christmas quadrant.
But yeah, you begin your travel towards the center of the star system where Caraway Station is located. It doesn't take you long to figure out where it is, and you begin your travel toward there. And on your way, I believe
Bandits.
Space bandits.
on your way. Yeah. Okay. It takes you about. No, it's not. It's not Space Bandits. Damn it.
Oh.
I can't handle another space combat right now.
Neither can we.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Don't
It took
worry.
like 4 hours.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, The first one was mostly hampered by you guys not knowing the system as well.
Just being
didn't-
competent boobs.
Kinda, yeah. Okay. You travel for another day in the system, being deposited on the outside of the star system. It takes you a while under normal thrusters to get there. When you receive from your sensor panel that you are being actively scanned, as opposed to like somebody trying to keep it on the down low that they're scanning somebody, there's an active like sensor ping that's happening, and your sensors register that. And when you're about halfway to Caraway at this point. When you receive, after that happens, about 25-30 minutes later, you receive a comms message or an opening of a hailing frequency.
Number 12, we're being hailed by the station, I
It's not
believe.
station. It's not station.
Oh.
It's coming from a ship.
Oh, coming from another ship.
All right, you put it up. It's just an audio message. Doesn't have a video signal on it, but a voice, kind of a light voice, like doesn't have a lot of booming. It doesn't sound like it's coming from somebody who's very large, but somebody who's definitely very authoritative. And it's it begins with kind of like a standard Union. Like you know how when the U.S. Army or something like that is transmitting over their own radio frequencies, there's a little like that tone that happens before and after a signal is sent out. That's on those sets. Kind of the same thing with this. What's the way to describe it? I don't know how to describe it.
Anybody seen
Yeah,
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? It's the McGrath hailing message when they fire the missiles.
But so there's a little tone at the beginning, and it begins with this message. It goes, "This is the Imperial patrol ship Crow. You've entered Union-protected star system and are now under Union colonial law. Our ship will intercept you in less than 10 hours. You are to keep your current heading and have all shields and weapons powered down. Our ship will dock with yours, and we'll send a small inspection team over to perform said inspection and confirm your intentions. Crow out."
Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
Oh fuck! Roach.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
Roach,
I'm gonna send a reply message. I'm just gonna say. I'm gonna bloop, bloop. This is the Tiber class shuttle Penelope. We will comply with all orders. And we look forward to receiving your inspection crew. Penelope out.
Roach, could I do I guess, culture check to see if this is legal, being a Voidborn? Is this standard practice in the Union?
Sure. Do a culture. Yeah, culture check might work. Yeah, since that's about replace history. Yeah, this is totally legal.
Okay.
Actually, the Union is very well known for checking most ships that come into their state.
Damn bureaucrats.
For piracy or smuggling, anything like that. They usually send like a small patrol combat ship that comes over, docks, sends like a small team of like 5 to 6 people. They check a ship, and if everything's good, if they confirm identities and everything, you're let into the system, to the main docking areas of the system.
I would broadcast over all frequencies to us, to every member of the crew, and inform them of like the legal proceedings of how this is supposed to go.
Oh, I know.
Things that they can
We
expect.
all know this.
Well,
Yeah.
has-
Unless
yeah.
any of you specifically came from outside of the Union, from your backstory, then yeah, you probably never.
Okay.
You might not have been a part of it, or you might
yeah,
not
you might not
actually
have
had
ever
to deal with
gone
it.
through it. Yeah,
But it's definitely.
I've had to
Yeah,
go
just
and
because
guide
I've
my
never
way
been
through
stopped and
it's mostly.
I've never been
towards
stopped and
Rip.
frisked, but I know it's a thing.
It's mostly.
It'd be more on par, Ben, if
Rip and Max.
it'd be more like
Customs.
a port authority inspecting your ship.
Right.
Like, it'd be like that. So
Yeah,
we
they
might
declare
know
all
it
goods.
happens, but we might not be used to the procedure of it,
Okay,
or whatever.
so
It's-
Roach, I'm gonna open a pan like a folder with loads and loads of different paper identities.
all right.
And I'm just gonna make sure I fill out the one for for antique dealer and have that ready.
Okay. All right. So
you
unless
do
you
it.
unless you do anything else or unless you do anything specifically to like try and juke them, or if you're doing anything else, are you just gonna keep with what they asked you?
Yeah,
Keep
I'm
on
doing
like current
exactly
heading.
what they say.
Shut down all weapons and shields and everything.
Yep, I shut down the shields.
Okay. But yeah, it takes about 10 hours for them to actually get to you, which is about what they said. And you can see on your sensors as they get closer and closer. This is a small ship. Like it's a bit bigger than yours. It's not a destroyer or anything. It seems to be like maybe a Corvette class of some sort of ship. It's got a very like emblazoned on its side, like in like a very bright white says Crow, and then it has like a registry number underneath it. And it's like a wedge shape. Like, have you ever seen like an Imperial interceptor from Star Wars? Like, you know, from the new Battlefront 2, like that, the hero ship in that, kind of like that, except much smaller and a bit more flared out in the back. And on the what else would you have seen? Or what else would happen? That's about it. The ship does scan you a couple more times on the way in, just making sure that your stealth shields are down, your weapons are off, and everything. And yeah, after about 10 hours, it pulls alongside you to dock, and begins to do that procedure. If
I'd like
you
to
go,
be waiting like at the airlock to greet them.
As would I.
Would I know that with us having these magical items from that planet, would that be looked upon about as smuggling or as frowned upon, or?
See, I would know this, and that's why I filled out some certain forms and stuff to get myself around.
Normally not, but having checked specifically Griff, having done a check on the system itself, it could definitely be viewed as smuggling, because a lot of these are, especially the coins, because a lot of these are Elvish in origin, and there's a very big market of selling Elvish history and artifacts to the local population for religious purposes. So it could definitely be considered smuggling.
Okay, well,
or at least trafficking in it and
Fine.
in
Let
barred
me handle
items.
it. Let me handle it.
You're not there.
I've got some pretty good bluffing skills, so I think I can.
Yeah,
I
I would also be. I'd assume like it's kind of like when a ship pulls up to another ship. We've got the bosun and everything already. Whoever's assigned to deal with that.
The captain and the first officer, like every space movie ever.
Yep. And since it's right near the engineering, I'm standing outside of the engineering.
I'm in my bunk.
All right, and specifically also, when it pulled up alongside of you, you were able to get a good scan of it. It's a Python class Corvette. It's a very new
It will
design.
fuck us up if we try and fight it.
It's a Zoomwalt.
It's a Zoomwalt. But yeah, the docking procedure happens automatically. Essentially, after the handshake happens between the ships, and it coordinates amongst both of them, and you hear a metallic clang. The ship kind of sways a little bit. Like it doesn't. There's not like a but you can definitely tell you've changed velocity slightly, and the airlock begins to cycle on their side, and there's not really a window on your side to see
Perfect
into
enough time to
the
get
It'll
airlock.
take a
Dark
while. I know how long this thing takes to cycle.
We just
Time for
all
me to
kind
get a
of
couple
arrive
Dark
and just.
Elves.
Yeah, we apologize for the long time it takes for cycling. It's an old ship.
So who's exactly on the who's exactly there? So it's 12, Royce, Skreek.
I'd like to go down. I mean, why not? I mean, it's just a pretty
Okay.
tiny ship.
I am making sure the all the certain items are in my personal locker.
Okay. All right, you do all that. So it's gonna be 12, Roy, Skreek, and Griff. P6. What exactly are you doing during this? Are you just on the bridge?
I'm
I
yeah,
hope
I'm just
he's
on the
flying.
bridge.
He's the pilot.
All right.
I'm just on the bridge.
Okay. All right. The airlock cycles, and the door opens, and what's revealed to you is a party of 5 individuals, and they're all wearing Union uniforms, which are like a slightly lightish blue color with like white accents. It's pretty standard. And heading them up is one that's wearing an officer's uniform, but when you were originally looking kind of straight ahead, like expecting to meet the face of the leader of the shore party, you then look down, and in front of you there's about a 3 foot tall gnomish man with like kind of a lightish blue hair, standing there looking very like behind some spectacles and looking very bored, like this is what he does every day, and he hates his job.
This is the 17th ship he's had to board today.
Yeah, and behind him stands kind of people in the same-ish uniform, but it's they're definitely enlisted, and they have like boarding armor on, so it's like kind of plates on certain areas. And
I imagine this is the security officers from Star Trek 1.
Kind of. They're all wearing kind of like body armor, and they all have guns in their hands. They look to be like some sort of like maybe some scatter guns between them all. Like kind of, they're not holding them aggressively. They have them shouldered right now. But you can see past. They're not wearing any like face plates. There's 2 humans there. A Veshk. So there's one in the back standing like really tall. So there's like the lizard
Yeah,
Veshk.
he's the lizard.
Yeah, I speak Vesh.
Yeah, and there's also one in the side that's a Kasatha.
I also speak Vesk.
Okay, so I'm just gonna stride up to the gnome, be like, "Greetings, gnome. I am number 12, captain of the Penelope."
Kind of looks up to
Captain.
you.
Okay, hold up my hand to shake.
He doesn't go for your hand, and confidently kind of takes a stride out and looks around. Is this your whole crew?
No, there are several missing. Should I assemble them?
Yes, on the left side of the bulkhead, please.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go to the nearest comm panel and just be like, "Woo! All crew, please assemble the airlock." And then I'm gonna array us in rank. So me, and then Royce, and then P6, and then Skreek, and then Griff, and then Max.
Shit.
Technically, all of you have the same rank on the ship, but
No, but I'm arraying them in
Well,
the
except
ranks
for-
I've assigned them.
except for I think Griff and Max, because
They're only at the
They didn't
back
get
because
Captain
they showed
Access.
up last.
because they woke up last.
I'm not there.
Where are you at?
I'm still at my locker.
Okay.
So is everybody else there except for Max?
Yeah.
P6, do you also go?
NG.
And
Yes, sorry.
Okay. So y'all take position where he.
I don't know why. I'm never used to the name P6.
You're the one who gave it to yourself. I don't know which.
Yeah.
Not
So
our
it's
fault.
everybody but Max.
Yeah, everybody but Max kind of assembles there.
Just gonna like confusedly look around and just be like 1, 5.
Do you
Seems to be
want
one
this
mission.
one to go and get it?
No, you stay here. I'm sure these fine gentlemen will be used to this sort of thing. His quarters are right down that way. I'm gonna point him.
The gnome kind of looks around and kind of goes into his jacket and pulls out a little like data pad, and he snaps his fingers and has 2 of the armsmen kind of walk down there to go pick up the other crew member, and he begins looking at you and he goes, "I'm assuming you're the captain."
Most certainly, yes, Captain number 12.
I'd like you to know your ship's registry, according to our records, lists it as the Manticore.
Ah, yeah, so I decided to rename it. Haven't had a chance to repaint the hull yet, though. This is the first stop since that decision was made.
Your records
I'll fill out
don't.
the proper. I'll fill out the proper paperwork. I'll show you.
Give me
You're
one
trying to
second.
out-argue a bureaucrat. You're not gonna win.
I'm not.
I'm just
I'm
gonna
not
double
arguing.
check one
Please,
thing here.
Roach, end this like the session we just finished with Ben. another burning bureaucrat.
No.
So he kind of like takes another look at his pad and he goes, so I assume you're Captain Becknor?
No.
He's dead.
I'm sorry?
Captain Backnor is deceased.
So you're his first officer, Treeb?
No, his body is in the hold at the moment.
No, his body's in space because you vented the
Oh,
whole
we
ship.
vented it, right? Fuck,
Yeah.
I forgot we vented
The
it.
only body that was left on the ship was the headless.
You vented it.
the only body that was left on the ship was the headless corpse of the leader Durgar and Captain Becknor's body, and I'm assuming you just got rid of it. I think we said you just vented it.
I think we would have put them in the cryopods for. That's
I
what
thought-
that's what
I'm pretty sure we went over that you just vented.
I thought we
Becknor's
just
body.
vented
I
the
thought we gave him
Dugar.
Yeah, I
a funeral.
can go in my
after
notes.
Okay, we'll go with that.
I'll go with my
Whatever.
notes.
Go with that.
I can go in my notes because I wrote it down. I'm pretty sure you just vented the bodies. So
Unfortunately,
Who are
the ship was attacked by Durgar pirates, and we had to defend the vessel. Unfortunately, the captain and first officer were killed and were given a proper burial as befitting their station. And us, as the surviving crew, took over command of the ship after he transferred all command functionalities to me.
To us.
To us. Correction. Yeah.
Well, not you.
Not me, but to the other, 3 other people here that were there.
I gesture to each. All of us technically are.
Yeah, well,
captains
technically, the
of equal
4 of
rank.
us are officers, and the two at the back are crewmen.
I'm technically a passenger still.
I'm
No.
technically
Yeah,
an
no, he's not even a crewman. He's a passenger.
Yeah, that's true. You two are passengers, and we're crew.
That's why I didn't come when you said all crew to the thing. I'm technically a passenger.
Man, I'm the medical officer now.
he's like looking at his pad and then looking up over his spectacles. Right. Well, I'm just
Oh,
going
we
to.
have battle damage.
I'm just going to assume you're the captain then.
Yeah, Captain Soffin Jones, number 12, at your service. This is my first
And,
officer, Royce. I don't know what
he
his last
takes-
name is. I never
He
bothered to learn
interrupts.
it.
He interrupts you midway through, and he kind of takes out. He takes out a small stylus and clicks a button on the pad, and he begins like almost robotically reading this. Like he's had this to read this all the time. Do you hereby waive the rights to your ship and cargo if illegal items, cargo, flora, or fauna are found on board, as well as submit to Union laws, regulations if they are to be needed for any action or incident that may happen while your ship is lawfully searched by Union forces?
I do.
Sign here. And gives you the stylus, and
Kill that android.
he puts it away. I am Lieutenant
Awful
Marcus.
neutral.
I'm Lieutenant Marcus of the Union ship Crow. These
Sorry, what's the name again?
Crow.
No, his name.
Oh, Marcus. So Maackks, Lieutenant.
Okay, Lieutenant Marcus.
My crew have full rights to search all compartments aboard this vessel, and have, if this ship is properly registered for Union, have the security clearance and key breaks to get through any locks you may currently have. If there is any personal items that you do not wish to be publicly searched, you may declare them now, though they will be privately searched by one of my men with you in accompaniments. And he looks to all of you as he sorry, hit the microphone. He
Am
looks
I
to all
there
of you as
now?
he's saying this.
Have you been
This,
retrieved? Has he been retrieved?
It's been about maybe about midway through that. About midway. Well, unless if did you specifically come with them when they showed up? Because it was the Vashkina human that showed up in the
Yeah,
showing
I will
compartment.
follow a Veshkina human. I'll greet each one in their languages and say I'm a.
They don't talk to you at all.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, that seems like really racist.
Look, it's
like
you see an Asian
like
person,
a
you speak
white
Japanese to
person,
them.
It's like a white person and a Mexican walk up to you as you're at a counter like a salesperson. You're just be like, "Greetings, hola, senor."
You guys don't know me. That's not
Yeah.
racist. If you've read my backstory, you'd know that's not racist.
But yeah, he's brought in about partway through that. You get the gist of what he was saying, Max, when he says that.
I would like to declare to him that I'm a passenger aboard the ship, and I would like my personal locker searched individually without the others knowing.
Me too.
All right. He points to one of the ones that was guiding you back here, and please show my man which locker that specifically is. We'll flag that one for a personal search after the main search is over.
Yeah, no problem. I point to that, and I also hand him my paperwork as an antique stealer.
He looks it over. Could you? Guess he could make a
Forgery check.
There's a really
Clarify
that used to be an actual skill. I'm pretty sure.
Light a hand, maybe.
Sense motive.
Well, it's more the fact that this is my profession. I'm so used to this shit. I just kind of had them.
Give me a second. I need to reload this because all my character sheets are not showing up. There we go.
Diplomacy? No, that wouldn't work.
Would it need to be a bluff check,
Or just
I just
basically
assume-
tell that
I'm gonna say you do a bluff check. I'm gonna say that works because you're not only is it you're making these papers up and everything like that, you're also keeping cool while you're presenting them.
Yeah, it's more the keeping cool while I'm presenting them, because I kind of expected with my profession that I'd have these sort of things, so it's more my own composure.
So do a bluff check.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! That's a 1.
Good job, Max.
Okay, you present the paperwork and he's kind of looking it over. He's flipping through some of the things and he kind of looks up to you and you're just like, you've got like flop sweat going on and you kind of just. You're
one
right.
time I have to crit fail is when I'm trying to make sure we keep all our money.
He looks kind of up and down and goes.
I think you mean you're trying to keep.
You're trying to keep your
money.
profit. But he kind of looks you up and down and kind of gives you an odd look. All right, thank you. We'll do that search after the main search is over. Does anyone else want to
Roach.
declare any personal items? Yes.
I'd like to.
Roach.
Yes.
Roach, I would like. Would I know, as a priest, are there any specific forbearances from searching holy shrines?
Are you
Aboard
saying
ships?
is there a separation of church and state? Are you tax exempt?
There is not. When
Do I
they
have-
say search
do I have to
everything,
inform
they
him?
mean when they say search everything, they mean they're going to search everything.
Yeah, but do I?
While this is going on, I'm just like chatting up one of the guards, be like, I assure you, it's all on the up and up. My crew will obey every rule and every regulation.
It's the four-armed Kasatha that's just got like both of his arms just like grabbing onto the sling, and you just hear him go.
Poor bastard.
Like he's like this is the worst part of
I'm
his
like
job.
I'm fascinated by this whole procedure.
Yeah.
I looked to the gnome. And this one would like to inform you that it would like to have its shrine searched separately.
That is your right. And what was the other one? Griff, you also put your hands up.
Yes, I would like my locker searched privately as well.
Right. You have some of those items in your locker, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay.
I give him the appropriate gnomish, if there's a cultural thing.
Do you know Gnomish?
No. Yes.
You do? There's
He gives him
as you just said, as after you just said that, he says that he's all right and he agrees with you. You just hear a skreak like out of nowhere, do the like speak Gnomish to say thank you, but it's Gnomish doesn't sound like a normal language. It's like it's an incredibly short, like to the point language. Yeah, it's just sounds and consonants and vowels just going everywhere. Like, it's just really out of place, and he goes, "Oh, right." And he has
all these people speaking weird languages.
This gnome doesn't actually speak Gnomish.
Yeah, he kind of gives a signal for the rest of his guys, for the rest of
Do
his
you
men
not know, sir?
to begin to search the ship. So all but one of his guards go and search, and that's so he's left with just the Vashk. That's kind of his guard
The poor Vashk.
As he's just standing, as they're kind of just standing there. He says, "This shouldn't take more than for a ship of this size, maybe 20-30 minutes."
Dude.
And he kind of just waits there for a minute, and you hear kind of like a chime from his ear, and there's like a little earpiece there, and he kind of puts his ear to it. You seem to be carrying quite a few weapons for transport.
I'm sorry. Do you mean the ship's weaponry or the small arms locked away safely in the armory?
I mean the veritable.
Because we have a lot of both.
The veritable arsenal you have inside of your ship's armory.
Oh yes, I have to admit that after we dispatched the enemy boarding party and gave their bodies proper space burials, as you would, we did manage to remove their arms and lock them away safely. Proper storage, ammunition in one case, guns in another.
We're fucked. We're so fucked.
Right.
I'm gonna look over to Royce and I'm just gonna go. My first officer here, might want to take that. Delegation and such. Delegation.
All right. Well, there's no law against transporting arms, though. You are approaching the limit without having a permit for intent of sale.
I'm gonna take out my little personal pad and be like, okay, how many shotguns exactly am I allowed to hold on the ship before I need a permit?
It's calculated by weight.
Weight of the ship or weight of the crew? Because this little one doesn't weigh a lot.
Weight of the...
Oh, wait. He's got a robot. Does the robot count on the weight?
I glare at you.
Oh, you just made a sizist joke in front of a gnome. Oh.
Yeah,
oh my god.
My Yosoki crosses his arms and stares at you.
This is terrible.
Is the weight of the weapons, sir?
He's gonna get us killed.
I just look at
so
the
we could have like a lot of pistols or a few shotguns or just a couple rifles.
You know what? The regulations are perfectly publicly available, and I'm assuming your ship's library. What? You can look it up later.
I'll check that out later. I'm new to this whole captain thing.
Yes. Why don't we just stand here in quietness and wait until the inspection is over?
I'm just gonna say, I'm wide-eyed, smiling, just looking around.
My character keys the release on his arm and just opens up his arm computer and just works on it quietly.
I'm very surprised a crew such as yourself could fight off pirates.
Let me tell you, it's a harrowing tale. They couldn't hit the broadside of the barn with those scatterguns. We were all standing right up in the middle of the hallway.
Captain,
okay,
just like gently
elbow. They fired those things right down the hallway. It was just like, pew, pew, all over the place, ricocheting off the walls of the city. Over here. I'll show you where they ricocheted off the wall.
Can someone reset his computer?
I looked to the gnome. I looked to the gnome.
The gnome is this point. The gnome.
Shut up.
I just
The gnome
formally
at this point-
apologized to him.
The gnome at this point has just got like his eyes closed and his head slightly down forward, and he's just kind of like rubbing one of his temples, and the Veshka's kind of like looking. It's kind of like giving like he doesn't want to move because he's not supposed to, but he's kind of giving like little like just putting his head
Poor
he's, like,
gnome.
looking down to him a little bit, just and like you can see like the Vesh equivalent of a little smile because it's like he doesn't. It's like he's kind of enjoying the shit he's getting.
He's probably having fun because his manager's having a really hard time and he's underpaid.
Yeah.
A couple minutes
I
after
will-
that.
Ratman, shut up.
A couple minutes afterwards.
Thank you, number one.
Jesus. You guys.
Oh man.
This fucking gnome just airlocks himself.
So what else do you have on the ship? All of the gold, gems, magic items, and stuff were declared in those personal searches.
All the guns.
Yep. And
Yeah,
private.
The two body, or the body of the drow, right?
No.
That's still aboard the
No.
ship. Oh
No,
no,
there
we
are
got
no
that.
bodies.
Okay, good.
There's no bodies.
Did we bother to clean up the blood and everything?
It's been 8 days. I'm
yes.
assuming you have.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
assuming you have.
Well, you
I
and
have the
Griff
janitor.
probably have, because Griff's the medical and stuff. Maybe that's also a subset of sanitation.
That's a sanitation violation there. That's a.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
we have a little
So for this Rimworld, you're the janitor. I got you on 1 for cleaning.
It's a little
I've
one of
got-
those little robot things that
I-
goes
I would
around cleaning the
also-
floor.
yeah,
Roach, I would also say that we declared the personal belongings of the crew that perished, so that we can try and get in touch with the families to give back their stuff.
Well, I mean, those have all just
Seem-
been put inside of the
seems-
one crate that survived
Yeah,
the
we
the
just-
vac.
Yeah,
The
seems
vacuum.
reasonable.
So you just kind of piled all the personal stuff in that crate in the storage area. That's just like that got lodged and couldn't get out the airlock. The only one you had left. So yeah. Okay. It takes about 20-ish minutes before you hear another chime. Right. You. He points towards Max. My man is ready to search your locker.
very well.
Go meet him there, and he will. And we'll go over it together. And kind of looks up at the Vesh and gives a little smile and walks away with Max. So now it's just the Vesh kind of just standing there, kind of. He's looking at you, but he's not looking at you. He's looking through you. He's just like kind of keeping guard over you guys while Max goes off with Lieutenant.
As they walk away, I'm just gonna go. This is exciting.
I'm gonna say having a long day there in Vesk to the Vesk.
Doesn't say anything.
I know you got protocols, but we're the only ones here now. You could lighten up a little bit.
That's the end of the scene, and it cuts over to Max. Max, you see the Kasathan guard kind of standing next to your locker, and you and the lieutenant enter the room, and you are there when the Kasathan kind of takes out a little it's an electronic piece of equipment, and he puts it onto the palm scan reader and puts in a small code, and you hear a little chime, and the mechanical locks kind of undo on the locker, and he takes it back off, and it seems like it's some sort of cracker for like any type of encryption or your items are there, and he begins going through them individually, including, so he takes out like a shield, a gun, he kind of looks at the flintlock pistol, and
Yeah, it's the one with the two multiple barrels.
yeah, and then he's looking at he's just taking everything out, and then he gets to the bag of gold pieces that's just there.
Just gold.
You know, like,
There's assorted ancient coins. There's platinums. There's
Yeah, he grabs the bag, not knowing, because it's gold and like heavy. It's dense material, so he kind of like goes to grab it, and it's like he's surprised by the weight for a second. What the fuck? Opens it, and like dispenses it into like he kind of like dispenses it onto the bed, and he's like looking at it, and looks over to the lieutenant, and he's like, Lieutenant looks over at you. He's like, keep going. Finds the gem pieces, and it just starts piling up onto the bed. It's like, so, Mr. Looks over towards you. Like, you never introduced yourself with a name.
Oh,
Max power.
hold on. Which of my aliases was my antiques dealer?
Question: where's the folder full of fake passports?
On my person.
That's a good point. We're on your person.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like in my interior pocket.
I just
got
love
a
it.
big
If you're just,
bulge.
I
He's
just
got
love
12
it.
passports in his breast
just love
pocket.
it.
Matt,
if he goes,
it's Max Fortune of Teakin Fortunes Limited.
Oh my.
Max
Right.
Fortune.
Hello, I'm Han, a Han smuggler.
on smuggler.
Johann
okay.
Smuggler.
Mr. Max. Who are you planning on selling these to?
I have had these requisitioned by a number of private vendors, and it's going to their private collections. I'm.
Where are these buyers?
Hold on. Roach, can I do a physical science check to try and assess for nearby systems that have people of splendor?
I think physical science is like, how do these gears fit together?
It'd be like culture,
Yeah.
I think.
No,
Do a culture check.
oh,
physical-
you told me physical science was knowledge of the planets and stuff, and that's why I checked it.
Yeah, as in like,
as like their orbital mechanics.
as in what's the plate tectonics level of this planet? What's its magnetism level? Like that. Like yeah.
I thought
Do
you.
a
No, I wanted
culture
to know.
check.
I wanted to know it in the fact of. No, damn it! I wouldn't have picked that then. I thought that was like science, as in like I know what's on these planets, sort of, as in I know
No,
who
life
lives in-
science would be for like, this planet's got a
Mating
lot of
habits of
volcatism.
space
Can I
alligators.
switch that then? Because it's a learnt skill, and I don't really want that as a learnt skill. It doesn't make sense in my character.
I'm gonna roll the die. I'm gonna leave it up to fate, which I'm gonna roll. I'm
If
gonna
not,
roll
I'll
a
just
D.
do it
I'm
for
gonna
you.
roll a D6. Now I want you when I'm rolling this, I want you to give me a high or a low. Say high or low, and if it matches, we'll do it. Rolling now. What is it?
Hi.
Okay, you can switch it. Fate has smiled upon you, but actually like try like don't take things for granted. Like if you're not sure, ask
Okay. Sorry.
next time.
My bad.
So yeah, it'd be culture if you wanted to try and figure out like local systems of wealth or local systems with like a good established autocracy or like a high class kind of people.
Okay. Okay, I will do that then.
Local systems that are well off. Local system. I guess. Like you think of like just like one with a lot of really well off people. This
Yeah.
kind of thing. Notes here, kind of. I didn't really go into the economic status of every system. I guess the The Gozali system.
I say that then.
No, it's not Gozali. Galazi system. Glozziy. The Galazi system, whatever. All right.
That's Italian.
Yeah, I think it is. I don't know. I ran most of these through like a name generator and just kind of like picked what kind of sounded cool.
The Galazi system then.
Yeah. Kind of looks at you and goes, right, then why would you be coming to the Asai system where these could be confiscated?
I am traveling as part of this ship, and this ship unfortunately was attacked, and now we have a new crew and captain, and it's just where it's taken me, unfortunately.
Right. Well, I'll need to see the proof of purchase papers.
Can I? I'm gonna have to bluff this.
Wow, this feels really familiar right now.
It's like catharsis.
But why is it always taken out on me?
Midge getting asked for paperwork.
I'm gonna have
Or
to say
a certificate of ownership. These are quite old from the looks of these. They'd be documented. And throws one gold piece back on the pile after he takes it. He picked it up.
I'm gonna say to him that Arnold Teak, my business partner, has those, and he's already in the Galazi system.
Galazi system is Union space, and for important artifacts such as these, a proof of ownership or a certificate of authenticity is required. Unless he's there waiting for you.
Yeah, mine was lost in the attack. We both had proof. For insurance reasons.
Do a bluff check.
Come on, Max. You got this.
I need to stop closing my character sheet.
Yeah, you can pop the window out and just put it off to your side screen. That's what I do whenever I'm playing.
I tend to, but
Near the top on the skills.
yeah, I clicked it.
All right. Gonna do I guess we basically established to be in a perception check because like I can't really think of anything else to detect.
Yeah.
Is there?
I mean, you can make a DC, I guess. If...
Sense motives.
Is there sense
Yeah.
motive? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
there's-
shit, there is. Gee, that would have been perfect for the. Fuck. I need to scroll down on the damn sheet. Actually, I need like to print out the actual character sheet so I have all the skills like in front of me. 'Cause
Yeah.
They took out a lot of skills. I mean, I like it. It's a lot easier, but.
Hey, that isn't a nat 1.
Yeah, it isn't.
So what?
Though that's a
Nope,
nat
not
20.
keep it.
So.
Oh.
Oh boy.
You know what? Maybe I should just start
Poor
GMing
Mitch.
again because I apparently have the best fucking luck ever. It's the second natural 20 I've had today, which is a lot better than when I play Cosmin. He looks over towards you, looks towards that. Right. Well, Mr. Fortune, kind of like, she's kind of like, doesn't want to say that, but he's like, for etiquette wise, he has to say your name. He's like kind of biting down on the.
Do you ever
on
see
the
the
last
episode
syllable.
of Archer where they have to come up with names on the spot, and Archer's like, "My name is Butler. I'm the butler."
Yeah.
And
I haven't
Cheryl's like,
watched.
My name's
I haven't-
Mrs. Escrow, and yes, I've heard all the jokes.
I actually haven't watched past season, the Vice, Archer Vice. I haven't watched past that. So I don't know. Says, well, Mr. Fortune, unfortunately, because you cannot verify the ownership or even the validity of these artifacts, I'm going to have to confiscate them at least until you're on your way out of the system to protect the local populace and keep up the treaty.
I can oblige by that. Where would I collect them from?
You'd collect them from the local Union Protectorate station on the Caraway Station. That's in docking bay. That's in docking level 5. You'll be able to find it. Don't worry.
Noted.
Though we will be running validity checks on these, just matching them to any artifacts on record.
Okay. No problem.
Right. Kind of motions for his man to collect the aforementioned artifacts. And just to quicken this up a bit, they take you back to the lineup. Then it's now Griff's turn. Griff, they take you to your locker. What specifically do you have in your locker that is of
antique nature?
Yes.
Well, I have the halfling Roman helmet. I have the old coins. Or some old coins as well. Gemstones and the gauntlet, the black gold iron antlets on the fingers.
Right. By the way, Ben, is your character still wearing that buckler on him?
Yup.
Right.
So Royce and P6, what are we gonna do when all these guys are in jail?
They go through your items and they put those onto like your bunk and look at it, and it looks over to you. You artifact? Are you an Antiqa as well? Or?
No. These are just my own personal collection items. I found them.
The
What was that
half-pound
planet?
of gold pieces of personal.
What was the? Well, you see here. Have you ever met someone that collects old coins? You gotta have them all, right? You have to have all the types. And I just made sure that
he grabs one of the coins and goes, "What's this one called?"
What is it? Let me roll a culture check because
it's a square coin that is of silver make that has the port, like the side view like of a dwarf on it.
Okay. No, I'm gonna roll a culture check.
All right.
Do I know?
Don't roll a 1.
Not a chance. this thing's like it'd be the equivalent of no, because a dinar, like I was gonna list like a Roman currency, but we know what a Roman currency is. It'd be like somebody finding a coin from Carthage that doesn't know a lot about Carthage already.
I feel like like finding a coin from one of the briefly in breakaway states. Like, oh, this is a Zenobian sestercii.
Yeah, it's such no, you have absolutely zero idea what it is.
1 second here. I'm gonna roll a bluff with this, and I'm gonna say it is a I'm gonna say this some ancient Roman, ancient dwarven coin from one of the old mining colonies or something, mining kingdoms.
Right. It's an oak hall half whisker. That's a 20 bluff check. Gonna do a sense motive on this guy. You guys picked the wrong person to fuck with, by the way. His stats are not that bad.
I'm not fucking with him. I'm doing everything he says. I'm the up and up.
Did you roll a 20? That's a plus.
I'm just watching the car crash.
Kind of looks over at you and then looks back at it and goes, tosses it back in the pile. All right. The artifacts, though, will not be allowed on the station with you. They'll have to be put in lockup for the duration of your stay.
That's fine with me.
Especially the firearms. Wait. Why do you have the firearms?
He doesn't have
Wait,
any
I
Shit,
don't
he
have
realized the
firearms.
firearms.
I don't have the firearms.
Oh shit! No, I was just thinking right.
Got the
No,
gauntlets and a helmet.
the gauntlet and the helmet. Oh, okay, never mind. For some reason, I thought you had the flintlock.
The flintlock.
And that would have been even worse. That would have been fucking weirder than just saying. I reenact.
I like to reenact duels every now and then, and
Yeah, I don't have my dueling partner with me.
By
so it
reenact, I
sucks.
mean kill people.
The artifacts won't be able to go with you, though. It's a bit of a smuggling problem we're trying to take care of. You understand?
I understand that. I just want to. Can I have assurance that these are not gonna just disappear while I'm on the station?
I assure you, they will be treated like all artifacts and objects that have been put in the Union's care.
Can I know a culture check on if these disappear often, real quick, when they're in Union care here? Oh god, I probably don't know.
System to system. Some systems are kind of corrupt, some systems aren't. It just kind of depends. It depends on how strapped for cash the patrol vessels are, or the crews are, if they take their own thing.
Civil forfeitures rampant in these systems.
But he kind of gives a signal for his man. He kind of takes the artifacts. You still have the gems and the gold pieces. It's just the
gauntlet,
the helmet and the gauntlet.
So they did. So for me, did they just take the artifacts as well?
They took everything, because you took mostly. You specifically said when you were taking yours that you took primarily Elven in origin. So almost all the coins you had were of Elven make. Like he just like Griff just took everything. Like so he's got
I went for the ones of the highest value. Yeah.
Yeah, and those would be like very highly sought after, very well made Elvish coins. Like. So yeah, you had a shitload of gold and platinum Elvish coins. He kind of took like a little bit of everything. He's got like some bronze and copper pieces from like gnomish kingdoms and some halflings. He's got even like a couple of like he's got a couple of like dragonborn half moons or whatever they're called. Just kind of thrown around there. So yeah, he's kept all that. They took everything from you though. And they go through, and they do Skreek as well. Skreek, you didn't have anything that would be really. You didn't have any like.
I mean, unless
Doesn't
this,
he have
unless
the
this system...
doesn't he have the amulet on his robot?
I do. Did they search the robot?
No, they haven't searched your persons.
Oh.
No, unless they're against the worship of Azathoth, they should find nothing wrong.
No, religion is tolerated in the Union. They go through it. They kind of give you an eerie kind of glance that they had to do this with you there, but they kind of just, they go to the shrine, they look around it, they kind of like look over towards you and kind of get the kind of nod, and they kind of like tip the little like statue over just to look under it for a second, and then they tip it back over, and they give it an okay, and that's kind of it. You're brought back to the lineup. Everybody's at the lineup now, and the men that had taken all the things have kind of like they have like some packs that they had left at the airlock, and they kind of put all your stuff in there and seal up the packs and go through the airlock.
Could I do a culture check to see if this system is particularly notorious for their own brand of civil asset forfeiture?
Sure, you can do a check. Go ahead.
Hey.
This system's only been in the Union for probably about 20 years, and it's not even really a part of the Union, so...
No clue.
You're not really sure? You haven't heard anything about the system until you had to come through it. It's like, the Union consists of a couple hundred star systems. Like, it's a good portion of it's a good portion of, like, the known galaxy right now. So it could be, like, from what you're seeing, though, these guys are a lot more professional and well kept than you've seen some systems be. Like some systems, people will show up there without all their armor on or without everything, or they'll look unkempt. The ships will look kind of a little bit run down, like the extreme like kind of peripheries. So you're giving it a good it's a good even chance that this is an honest system, but you're
getting good vibes.
Yeah, you're getting good vibes, man. The two guys take the stuff through the airlock, and you're left with the lieutenant and his two his human and Vesk guards. And right before they kind of look you over, it's been it's more eventful than I thought it would be. Let's get this over with. And he kind of signals to the Vesk, and the Vesk kind of takes an item from his pocket and clicks it, and he kind of like brings it over all of you like individually, like it's a. Seems to be some sort of scan for hazardous, like you're not exactly sure exactly what it's looking for, but it's scanning individual persons, and it kind of just goes up and down, goes to the next, up and down, looks at the reading, up and down, looks at the reading, and does that for basically everybody. And then he gets to the droid at the end over there, the Skreek's droid, and does up and down, looks at it. All right. And he kind of goes back to the lineup and goes, well, he looks towards Griff and Max and goes, your items will be able to be taken back when you have proof of your exit from the station within 24 hours. Try not to do it any before then, or else or can get a bit messy. Yes, it's been say a pleasure, but it's been an inspection. He kind of just he takes he's the first one out, and then it's followed by his two guards.
I bid him good day in Gnomish.
And when he
Shut up,
turns his back,
Ratman.
I'm just gonna.
He
go,
looks over
"Wait,
his
wait,
shoulder
wait,
and he
wait,
goes.
wait, wait."
He looks over his shoulder towards Skreek and goes, "I'm sorry, I don't speak gnome."
Wait, you don't?
Shut up, Ratman.
No. And he turns around and he hears
Poor thing.
12.
Wait,
He hears 12 and he goes, "Yes, Captain 12."
Can I get a receipt for all the items?
No, they're logged by ship, so you have to give your ship information when you get there. Oh, by the way, before I forget, you have to if you're changing your ship's registry title to Penelope.
More of an informal pet name, if you were.
Well, the informal pet names don't work whenever you're going for an inspection. Either give your real name or change it. You'll have to do the paperwork at the local offices inside of Caraway. Also, I would highly recommend you change your ship's registry title, information, and crew manifest on Caraway as well. Because it still lists Captain, kind of looks towards his pet, Becknor as the captain
he's
of
dead.
the ship.
He's dead.
I gathered.
Mhm.
I gathered. You'll. Okay, you'll have to change it through paperwork. So I'd get on that. You could have some trouble going to the next Union system. It's a bit lax in a
You don't
colonial
have a
system.
carbon copy or a printout of any, just something physical, just in case.
No.
No, what the hell are you talking
It'll
about?
be taken care of, Lieutenant.
Yeah. Yes. Turns around and then exits with his guards, and the airlock cycles. Takes about a minute, and then you feel the ship detach.
A gnome that doesn't
You were
speak-
in 4 rounds of combat. I don't know what you're complaining about. That's 40 seconds at most. But you feel the ship detach, and that is it. You are now free from the Crow and have been given leave to go to Caraway Station.
Onwards.
I'm going to go around and get whatever information I think would be needed to fill out the crew manifests. And
I can assist you with that. Being a Voidborn, I am used to dealing with most ship-to-ship daily functions.
He needs help writing down a list of 6 names.
Well, yeah, bureaucracy-wise. I mean, like the actual paperwork that comes with it.
I mean, it's really 5 names because I'm sure he knows his own.
Not the writing down of the names, Ben, as in the bureaucracy that comes after that.
Well, you don't have the paperwork for that. That's all in the station.
Yeah, I'm going to help him when it comes to that.
Okay, so you go
Well,
through.
I'm also going to ask Max if he wants to join the crew or not.
Keep me listed as a passenger, please.
Okay.
Under what name? Max Fortune.
Well, that's the one that's getting registered because that's the one we heard.
Yeah,
Well,
they
no,
don't
we
know
didn't
my
hear
real
it.
name, so
So, what name would you like registered?
that one. That's fine.
Yeah, Max Fortune it is.
All right. Okay, so it takes you another day or two to get to the station, and when you get there, hold on, I just actually threw that. This stuff written down, but I just keep tossing it to the side. When you get there, you see Caraway for the first time, and none of you have been to Caraway before. This is kind of an out-of-the-way system. It's a miracle that it's actually in near space, but through some measure, it's well charted enough that it's near space. you see this from your perspective of what you're coming in. It looks like a T, like in the shape of the station, but the actual but it's a short T. Like the actual long bit of the T is much smaller than the actual cross. So like an uppercase T with a very small neck would be what you'd see, and on the ends of the cross on both sides there seem to be large domes. And from what you can see from here, like you can see trees and buildings and streets and stuff inside of these domes on each end of the station, and then there's a cylinder that connects them. And from that middle part of the cylinder, there's another smaller cylinder that kind of extends out into the little short neck of the T. And this seems to be Caraway Station. And when you get close enough, the station's like docking AI automatically handshakes with your ship's AI, and you tell it you want to dock. It gives you some. It takes like a minute, but then it gives you a reading that says ship registry, prepaid dock time received. Go, and then it gives you a listed dock number, and you go towards that. It's this side of the cylinder. There are a whole bunch of docking collars, like probably around 40 docking collars extending, and quite a few of them have ships on them. They're made in a way that they can extend and kind of twist their necks around to fit different kinds of ships. It's not actually that hard for you to find your space, and you finally kind of butt up against the station and dock onto the actual docking collar, and you get a reading that you are actually that you're now on the station, and it's the computer says computer gives kind of this message over the not the ship's comm, I guess the pilot station. It says what is it? It says it starts counting down from 7 days.
So we have a week here.
Yeah.
Apparently.
What good fortune.
Before extended fees start to occur.
So now you are docked with Caraway Station in the SI system.
All right. Well, I want to go find the nearest point that can link up with the internet and start binging and getting my needs taken care of.
You well, I mean, as soon as you got pretty close to the station net takes over. It's not the internet because it's all localized.
Yeah.
So you have a station net, and actually connecting to the station net gives you a bit more information about Caraway just by connecting to it. It gives you some basic information. It's a standard. It used to be a corp station, so it was like owned by a corporation. That's where it was made, and it's still on the web. It's still on its like homepage that it was like owned and operated by. Actually, who was it owned and operated by?
Owned and operated by. I'm not sure.
Previously owned and operated by Avalon Corporation or Avalon Corporation. And then it gives you some stats about it. Like it has currently 25,000 people permanently living on the station.
Wow. Is there like a services page where you can see what's offered, what services are offered? Like
standard docking and maintenance, refit and repair for extra fees, and certain during certain times of the year when those areas are open. That's about really it. Like it's a transport hub. There's like it can be used as a stopgap where you can store materials for a long period before another ship picks them up. It can be used as a passenger hub, things like that. It's like a company. It's kind of a company website, so it's what it's kind of feels like. So it's giving you all these things, and it's coloring up the language quite a bit. And it's come and look at our real natural. Come and take a look at our natural parks in the upper wards 1 or 2.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Blankety blank, it's kind of its thing.
Blankety blank.
Blankety blank.
This isn't where we have to drop off the The amulet, is it?
It
Or
is.
is it the place where we were taking the amulet to?
Yes.
That's where we're taking the amulet to. That's the first thing I was gonna do
Okay.
is assemble everybody and go receive our payment so that we can divvy it up evenly.
Of course, evenly.
I mean, obviously, captain and first officer get their fair share.
Except
Well,
for
that
all
captains-
captains. All
Well, we
captains.
took this job before we were hired for that, and that's not how
Yeah,
this
so
works.
that's unapplicable.
Well,
We
we
took the
already
job
signed our
before
contract.
We
became
were
captains.
all
So we
civilians
signed the
when we
contract.
took the contract.
Yeah, well, also the share we were supposed to be given has increased because of the recent deaths of the rest of the crew.
I'm
so,
saying I'm not getting the
Remember,
fee that
there was originally 12 people that were signed on here, plus the crew of the ship that were on this.
Oh, well, true. Only 4 of us are crew members, so I guess it's we'll just evenly distribute it 4 ways.
I think it was supposed to be just going to the passengers, not the crew themselves, right?
Well, you don't know. You don't know. All you know is that you were told specifically on the message that you received that once you got the artifact, once you got the amulet, you were to go to Caraway Station in the Asai system, where you were to be met by an agent to receive your payment. That's all you know.
So, I invite everybody to come with me.
All right.
Do you all go with?
Yeah.
about-
I go to where we're
Yeah.
supposed to meet with the person.
yeah.
If that's with Sofa Jones, then that's where we go. But my character, since he has the amulet on the robot, is gonna
I'm
go
going
straight to the
wherever
meeting place.
Screek's going.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
follow
you
Mr.
all-
Screech.
You all get into the airlock and you cycle. It cycles through. You know,
How long does it
Spends
take?
72 minutes.
it's like a minute. It's like a minute, and then you exit on the other side, and you're in like a docking collar. But the way that it had to attach to your ship, like from the outside, it was actually like kind of a hooked around. Like it seems like the whole docking collar is flexible on the inside, but it seems to have its own natural gravity within it. So like you're walking, and there's like a little, no matter where it looks, like if you look down the path, like it's got a crook in it, but you walk and you go through the crook, like it's like just a little hill. Like it's a very advanced docking collar. It's not just like floating through it. You exit out the other end onto like kind of like when you're boarding an aircraft for like a passenger aircraft, and you got that little like hallway. that's
Yeah.
in there. Just a little hallway there that you have to go down before it finally exits you out to the main docking area. And there's a little you went into an area that was meant for small ships, so there's like 3 other exits to other docking collars right next to you, and then like a little doorway at the end that goes into the docking area. You can see through like a little window. And waiting for you outside of your little docking area is a tall Shireen, which is the insectoid race. That seems to be wearing kind of like coveralls, or vests that you could assume with color coveralls for their species. That seems to have like a Caraway logo on it, and they're carrying a little data pad with them. And who's the first one out? I'm guessing it's 12. 12. In your head, you hear a voice, like kind of like a little echoey, but it's not malevolent. It's like a female kind of voice, but it was, "Hello, I am the technician for your ship. I've been sent here early. We usually don't do this, but your ship had a prepaid credit with Caraway Station that was done remotely. I'm just here to remind you that although the prepaid time still is in effect for..." Looks down at the like with the compound eyes, kind of looks down a little bit and looks back up. For about 6 days and 23 hours, you will have to either leave before that time or pay for more time on the docking station before that time ends, or you could be saddled with some delinquency fees for staying in dock too long.
Here for that long. Do you know Mildred?
I'm afraid not, sir.
Feltrin that ring a
By the
bell?
way,
Anything?
all the
Mildred,
rest of you
Feltrin?
guys, like when you exit the collar, you just kind of like see this this insectoid Shireen kind of like moving its head a little bit. Like it looks like it's talking, but its mouth is like not moving. It's just like it's all taking place in the head right now.
Sure, or physical. What would be to determine
Physical.
the fuck's going on? Okay.
Actually, life science. Life science.
Okay.
Good.
Life science?
It's a Shireen. It's talking. It does it.
They're
It's
just like
That
ah.
yeah.
That's
It's
where
a
you get
Shireen.
your critical.
Yeah, they don't.
Way
They
to
don't.
waste
They,
it.
unless they're talking with their own kind, they can't make normal common noises with their mouth. So they speak psychically. No, sir, I don't know, Mordred. I'm just here to inform you that if you stay past your time, you will unfortunately have to pay extra. I just want you to realize that.
Yes, I'm aware of how a hotel works.
But if you stay past 5 days after you run out of time and you continue to take fees, your ship is taken as collateral and then sold back to the open market to pay for your fees. I'm just want to make sure you understand that.
All right. 6 days and 22 hours. I'll get right on it.
Right. Thank you. Enjoy your stay at Caraway. And kind of
Odd woman.
walks away.
what berth are we in?
You're in berth 6. Berth 6, small ship berthing.
All right. Is there a bazaar, a common area?
Well,
Marketplace.
after that you exit the little like kind of like lobby room where all these small ships tubes kind of exit out to into the main docking area. And this area is
Duty free.
it's huge. It's very tall ceilings. The front of the docking area has a giant window, like and you can see stars and other ships through it that are already docked. The area is actually, contrary to what you thought for such an out of the way station, it is bustling. There's a long line currently to a very large ship docking berth that has instead of it being kind of like coupled with the small ships, it's got its own docking thing. And there's a long line kind of snaking around, and there's like a couple of like people that look like they're part of the crew, like taking names and letting people go forward. They're carrying like suitcases and like belongings and stuff up the ramp and going into the ship. You see people kind of bustling around, and it's all very bright and natural light because of the open windows. And yeah, it is a very big area, and you also see like shops in the wall, like at the far wall, that like it's got like gaudy like advertisements kind of in these like these common areas that have like seats kind of around like a pole where people can take a load off, but there's like ads on the top. These little shops.
Do we know exactly
knickknacks?
Do we know where we're supposed to go to meet with
You
this
have no
agent?
clue. Well, it was never a part of it. They just said
the
Caraway.
agent will meet you.
Yep.
I'm gonna open up my computer on my arm and connect with the net
All right.
of this place and see if there's anywhere
It's slow.
like where's
It's
the
free
hotel. Is there a map?
No, there's no map on the station. When you go to a little side page, it's for like internal mapping. It gives you a link to stores that sell like maps to tourists.
So
And
there's
one
no
of-
like mall map like on the thing with like directions
No.
to each of the stores. I don't know.
No, there's not that. But it's not like hard to find because the way it works is like the back wall is slightly raised from the main level, so you can see all the stores like kind of arrayed around. And there's a couple that give advertisement for little knickknacks and tourist things. There's one that has like that's advertised like maps and like areas of interest, and there's also even a little hotel kind of in this area that says like looks like it's for like passengers that have to stay for a little while or that have to wait to board or something like that. that are there. But yeah,
I'm gonna go to the map vendor.
Okay, it doesn't. Well, as you start, hold on. So you're all still in a group right now, and you just exit the ship. You're kind of just looking around a bit, and you're about ready to choose, like think about where you're going to go. Like you're taking a look at the computer. It's taking you a few minutes. You're all wearing your normal things. When you docked, you were going to give the name of your ship. Did you give the name of the ship, or did you give your name for the ship?
I gave the official name, but I'm gonna change it.
Okay, so you gave the Manticore. You gave Manticore as the thing. Okay. So as right as Skreek is about ready to leave, a figure kind of shows up. They don't come out of the crowd. It's like you were looking over at something and you looked back and the figure was just there. It's a medium-sized figure wearing kind of like a darkish blue robe with its face covered, and you don't see skin. Like the hands are like inside of the sleeves of the robe.
Just like, Chinese mentor style.
Yeah. And almost like it's not touching the ground, it comes closer to you. Like there's no gate to the walk. It's just kind of like goes towards you.
Could I do a life science check of any races that do that?
Sure, you can try it. Yeah. There are plenty of races that don't actually touch the ground. There are plenty of races that float.
Civilized
You are
ones,
all
that
so
is.
racist.
Yeah, there are a couple that do that. But you don't know. I mean, this one's a bit bigger and like more humanoid than those usually look. But
it's not a flump, or it's a colony of flumps, maybe.
it's not a flump from what you can tell, but it goes up to the group, and you can kind of hear. I still want to get a flump with my sorcery check rolls.
God damn it, flumps are awesome.
That is a goal, because it's not just one flump; it's a colony of flumps that show up, and those are lawful good creatures, so they would help me.
Cute.
Not that they would be good at it.
Man.
You go, but it goes up to you, and you can hear it's loud in here, but you can still hear the voice, like it's being carried by something, but it's soft, and you hear, "Are you the crew of the Manticore?"
Yes, we are, most indeed.
Yes.
And you see, for the first time, you see skin of some sort, like the hands part, and the hood comes down, and what you see is human female, bald, with very complex facial tattoos all over the face.
Her culture check?
Does it matter right now?
Yes. We have no clue who this person is. We're
You
supposedly
just
working
gotta roll
for them.
every check you can until you get something.
Yeah,
Go
obviously.
ahead. Go ahead. Make a culture check. All right. It's they're tattoos. They look ornate.
They're pretty.
You're not. I mean, a lot of cultures denote various different types of special meaning towards tattoos, but you'd need some context to figure anything out.
All right.
But then she looks back up towards the one who talked, which would be 12. Do you have the item?
Yes, we do. We have the item on us right now.
Good.
Only several of us touched it, by the way.
All right. And holds out her hand to receive the item.
Wait,
I then move-
how do we know?
It's in the compartment of the Ratman's robot here.
No.
We all glare at you.
What we're here for.
I need some verification. Have you got any the forms that you hired us with?
Oh, don't pay any attention to him. He's not even part of the crew.
No, I'm go. This
I was
one
hired
wants
for
to see
this
the
job
forms
just as much as you were.
This one wants to see the full. Yes, he was.
Well, you were just so you know, you guys like the expedition, like that was non-crew. You guys were hired by the crew of the ship. That's why you went. The crew of the ship hired you, and from what you got from the recording and everything, it seems like whoever wants this
Subcontractors
hired the ship to do the mission. So you were it was like a middleman, but
Yeah.
But you
Yeah, I want to
she
see
looks towards-
the forms that they hired the Manticore with. Then
This one agrees.
It's probably gonna.
She kind of half smiles. There were no forms signed, merely an agreement between different parties.
A verbal agreement between trustworthy people.
Sounds like my kind of people.
Exactly. This guy knows what he's talking about.
you can understand why I'm being protective. I just need names.
If it would help, I could go into some details that someone who did not know of your mission would not know.
Okay.
You were sent to the Drykel system to receive a small amulet.
Well,
It's
that's
actually
good enough
pronounced
for me.
Drickle. It's pronounced Drickle.
Is that good enough?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's fine.
Fine.
She kind of like half bows her head and puts out her hand once more.
I
About
open
payment.
I open up the side of the droid, and then a
Does
little
mage
hand comes out with the amulet.
Mage hand the thing out.
No, it has a little hand. It has a little walker hand.
All right, once
Deploys the amulet.
Once the amulet is produced, you see the amulet. Once the amulet is shown, it then starts floating and come towards her, and it goes into her hand, and she grasps it, and kind of brings it back down into the like the sleeve of her robe. Says, "Thank you. Your payment." And as she lets her hands go back out from the sleeve, the amulet's gone, and you can see like there's now a small box in one of her hands that it's got some heft. It's actually surprising she's able to hide it in her robe sleeve like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a.
Okay.
I'm gonna
it's a
grab it.
box.
Take the box.
So Royce
She
grabs it.
She hands it to you. Whoever takes it takes it. She hands
That
it
was
to
me.
you.
Captain.
Yeah.
Royce took
Okay.
it. He said first.
Yeah, he did say it first. Royce grabs it. And she kind of like half smiles and nods towards you, and says, "Thank you. I am sorry. It seems you ran into some difficulties, as you are not the crew that was sent.
Yeah, they're
Though
all dead.
I suppose that will increase the share that was originally supposed to be given.
Indeed, it will.
Okay.
If it does not shake your
One-up civilian
confidence,
contractor.
if it does not shake your confidence in my master, I'm sure he will have some other duties and missions at some point."
This woman makes
How would
me
we get in
mighty
touch with him if we would like additional missions here?
Her smile gets wider. Don't worry, he will find you.
uncomfortable.
I like this guy.
This is creepy.
Go.
And
Seems
her
trustworthy.
her
He
hands go
knows
back into her
things.
sleeves, and she goes, "Well, that is all. Thank you." And she kind of like goes back into the crowd, and you can, it's like for a couple of seconds you can see her, like her hood goes back up without her touching the hood, like it's almost magical, and she kind of goes back into the crowd, and you kind of lose her after a few seconds. Like a couple of people pass by, and the robe's gone, not there.
Oh my
Well.
God, it's Jason Bourne.
My God, it's Jason.
So you now have like a black box, like it's colored black. It's like maybe about that big.
A dice box.
And no, it's bigger than that. Like I don't really have a good. I don't really have a good thing to compare it to. I mean, it's big and it's a somewhat big box. Like I said, it was surprising that she had it in her sleeve. But it's not too hefty, but it's definitely got something in it.
Weighted.
Do you check it?
Yes.
I'm gonna wait till we get. Well, I'm gonna start walking back to the ship for some privacy.
I'm going
Yeah,
to follow him.
this is a really crowded area. We should probably do it.
Yeah, there are hundreds of people around.
Yeah.
Okay. You get back. Do you go all the way to the ship, or you just get into like a little
No,
small ship?
all the way to the
area?
ship. Oh, all the way into the ship.
All right, all the way to the ship. So, just gonna find this in my notes just to make sure, because you didn't say anything bad, so your payment was not. Right, so there were 12 in the original thing, plus 6 in the cruise. Okay. You get into the ship. You're all back into the ship, and you kind of open up the box, and the box doesn't seem to be locked. It doesn't have like any locking mechanism, but it's hinged. It doesn't have a cover. It's like a hinged thing. On the inside, you see stacks of cred sticks that are arrayed, and they're generic ones. They're not special or anything like that. But you kind of key the display on each of them, and they seem to be in like each denomination. Like each stick has 50 credits in it, and you kind of go through and you kind of do some simple math on it, and you have 12,000 credits.
Oh my, 2,000
so
apiece.
2,000 each.
Mm-hmm.
That is how I'm going to divide it up. Each of us gets an equal share.
Okay, so you give like it's a lot of cred sticks, like, but this is how like clandestine things go, so people don't question why you have like 2,000 credits in a cred stick.
Would you like to buy some death sticks?
I want to go home and rethink my life. But yeah, you partition it out, and basically you have 2,000 credits, and it's like in 50 stick denominations, like 50 credit stick denominations. But yeah, if you want to, you can transfer those between sticks. Like you have a personal one with your personal funds if you want to have it all in one big amount. But
Right.
it doesn't. That's not really tracked, so it doesn't matter. But you have 2,000 credits per person right now.
All right. Well, awesome.
Shopping montage.
Do they have a weight to them at all, or are they like
No,
negligible?
they're negligible. Think of it like they're the size, they're the thickness of a credit card,
Mm-hmm.
but they're like maybe the width of like 2 fingers.
Okay. Yeah.
Like that's what a cred stick is, and it's There's actually pictures of them inside of the equipment section. Some of them can get kind of ornate and they're kind of cool, but you have generic ones that are just like printed like printed.
We don't have the black credit card. You know, we don't have the one with the
No.
limited funds.
No, that's actually in the book. I think it's called a platinum black or something like that. And it's like it's got an unlimited line of credit on it. And like it's
That's great.
yeah. But yeah, you have 2,000 credits per person right now, and you're currently on the ship. So what do you want to do? You just technically finished your first quest.
Huzzah.
Even we cut out
Somebody
the
write to
middleman,
the
and you
law.
never actually. Nobody actually gave you the quest. You kind of just did it, but I mean, you got it. You did it. Great.
Well, guys,
Um,
this was an interesting adventure.
Yeah, people died.
I need to go to like the DMV for a while. I think.
I think I don't know if our partnership will continue long after this, but
Oh wait, what did I specifically tell you with the ship registration? Because I think I might have missed something. I just checked my notes,
You
and I
told
think I
me I
might have.
needed to register any name changes through.
Okay, that's why you didn't. That's why you weren't so worried when I told you you had 7 days of ship time left. Yeah, registering a new ship it takes usually about 15 days.
That's why she was like, "You gotta be out of here in a week." We're like, okay.
Yeah,
You
that's
really
my
gotta
fault.
leave in that amount of time.
Yeah,
Okay, bitch. It's
Yeah,
like,
no, I
you got was a week's worth of credit. I heard you the first 2 times.
yeah, I forgot.
15 days?
Yeah, it takes about 15 days to go through to get all the paperwork
Bureaucracy!
squared away.
What if we just did the crew manifest?
It's 1-in-1. Like the ship is registered with a crew, and then when you change,
How
like
much does it cost to get another week's worth of docking privileges?
you
Or
don't know.
8
You haven't
days?
you haven't talked to anybody yet.
Okay, to the DMV.
You're assuming
there-
you could probably talk to the dock master. That's usually how it goes.
Is there like any engineers walking around that I could just be like, hey?
If you go out into the area, all you can really find looks like official, kind of just walking around. You do a perception check.
Okay. This is a bad skill, so we're about to.
At least it won't hurt us any.
Yeah.
Nobody will die, hopefully.
Yeah, that's my bad skill.
You don't find anybody that seems to work for the station, but you do see somebody who is wearing a uniform, like that big line that seems to be taking people in. There's like a group of people that look kind of official. They're carrying around like, you know, the equivalent of like a checkboard. You know, they're checking off like names on the thing. They have pads. They're looking over.
Mhm.
There's one that's kind of standing off to the side. Looks like he's on break or something. He's kind of just like leaning up against like one of the side passageways going into the ship, but he's just on the outside. He's just kind of, you know, taking a break. He's the only one that you can really find that's not actively busy, and he looks somewhat official, but that's all you can really find.
I'm sorry to bother you while you're on your break here, but what does how many credits does this place usually run for like each day of being docked?
Well, that'll depend on what kind of ship.
Oh, we got a frigate
this one
over
up
there.
here costs a couple $1,000 a day, but
Oh, we got a typing class frigate back there.
Frigate.
it's typing.
Is it
It's
frigate? Isn't it?
No, it's a
Typing
transport.
class.
Oh,
It's a typing class transport.
Oh,
Light
typing class
light
transport.
freighter would be the official designation, but
Light
yeah.
freighter ship.
So you'd have to talk to the dockmaster about that, buddy. I don't know.
Oh,
We're just here for the day. We're just here to pick up colonists. That's all. we're
okay.
here
Well, can you point me in a direction?
Where are the colonists going?
for. You must be new around here, huh?
Yes.
Oh, Arlox is with me.
Yeah,
Max.
Arlox, Max.
Arlox shows up and he's just like, why am I here?
No. Artlox was going down the gangplank, makes eye contact with Griff, turns around, just walks back up the gangplank.
When did
I ain't far enough away
Arlox get
from him.
here?
I don't know. Yeah, you must not be from around here, or new here. No, they just found a new pocket of near space, not too far away from here. Corp's using it as a staging ground to get some colonists out there. Got a nice planet they've been trying to settle.
Oh, a Gaia class?
It's more of a. I mean, I haven't actually been there. But I can definitely tell you they're pushing it really hard. We're the third ship of this class coming out here.
Oh.
And what you can see is this thing
You're
is
the third ship, but you haven't been there yet.
well, no. This is the first time we've been on this route. It's owned by the company. Last week we were out inside of the Central Worlds. We were hauling mail. So
Those other ships have come back, right?
yeah.
Okay, cool. That just made
And
me
you can
sound-
see behind you. This is if your ship was like, it's about 160 feet, like from stem to stern, like just in linear distance. This thing is gargantuan. Like it's got multiple decks. You can see it just like it's huge. Like you could think it could store a couple thousand people inside of it comfortably with like multiple more room. This thing is a massive ship. Just outside this large window. It takes up like a third of the big bay window that the docking area has.
That's interesting. Well,
Thanks. If you're looking for the dockmaster, he kind of looks over. He goes, go down the starboard side, go down the starboard side of the docking area. You'll see a raised platform with some stairs. It's like a little office area. First one there should be the dockmaster. If you're from a ship, you should talk to him should have the ability to talk to him. They don't usually stop anyone like that.
All right. Well, thank you. Have a good rest of your break, and good luck on the traveling.
Kind of gives you a nod, and he goes back to his break. Breaks out of smoke.
Welcome to
Smoking.
Terra Nova.
I guess
Space
me and
God.
Max head to it.
I had to make up that voice on my own. I was channeling Lando Calrissian in that one.
Mr. Space God.
Yes. Yes.
Are there any arms dealers on this station?
Not in the tourist area that you're
I
in.
mean, outside of the tourist area.
Think of this as the airport lobby.
Okay, I'm going to.
They
so
don't,
like you go to-
they don't tend to
It's
sell
like-
guns. Well, actually, I don't know anymore. Do they sell guns in airports?
Have you been?
Maybe
You
like
know,
Africa.
Yeah, maybe like Somalia they might.
Now that so Roach, I would have bought one of the maps, like the best map they had for the entire station.
Take 5 credits off your inventory.
Okay.
By the way.
5
Yeah.
credits.
It's a. If you go into the if you
I'm
look
gonna
at the
take
map,
a photo of his map with my smartphone.
Yeah,
I can give you. I download it onto a stick, and just hand it to you.
Yeah, it's not
Give me
what you.
PDF.
It's not a paper map,
Oh.
guys. It's
I download a copy and
you-
give it to you.
it's this little. It's 5 credits. It's this little like palm-sized thing. It's a 3-dimensional map. Like it's a. It's
Oh.
kind of like it's a manipulatable map / like deck plan of the station, and you
Can
like, It's got a voice interface, so you can say Upper Ward 1, and it'll zoom into Upper Ward and reorientate it, so it's easier for you to figure out. So like,
is there a docking port for it for like the USB equivalency of this time period?
it's wireless.
So you can't dock it with anything.
Wirelessly.
You
Okay,
can wirelessly connect to it. So like,
Yeah,
if
I'm
you
gonna
got a-
wirelessly
you got a-
handshake
If
to
you
it.
have a phone, you can get
Yeah,
it
I
to
have the
phone.
computer that's built into my arm,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
I'm going. Can I upload the map schematics to my?
yeah. It says
Computer.
you have. Yeah, it says you have 3 more uses of that feature before you have to buy a new one.
Okay.
Or buy a
I'd
new
like one,
key.
mister.
All right. If we're splitting up into this one is going to go and look for supplies. Who wants to go with me?
All right, gang, let's split up and look for clues.
I think me and Max are gonna go and talk with the dock master.
Very well.
Well,
I
if
I thought most of you guys were.
yeah, I was going to.
I didn't realize a lot of people left with me. I thought I left.
Is
the
the
ship
captain
alone.
going as well?
Well, Mr. 12.
Feel like I should.
If
This is
Are
the
you-
person
are
where
you
you
the
change the
captain or not?
name.
I am.
this one would request if anyone would like to buy things to allow this one to
I'm
put it on
definitely going
credit.
shopping, and I also want to check his map. Cause
I will hand you a copy. I will download you a copy and give it to you in a stick form and hand it to you.
I'd like to have one too.
All right, that'll be your last one that you can give a copy
Yeah.
of. Before you have to go to the knickknack
there
store and you have to buy another
It's
overcharge map.
Ubisoft. It's Ubisoft DRM from about 10 years ago. where you could
Yeah,
only
yeah.
buy
You know what?
the game
You
It's
know what?
essentially
Roach?
DRM.
Roach, can I just try and hack it and just create copies for it?
I mean, yeah, we have computer skills.
Sure. Yeah, you could try it. It's go ahead. Do computer check. See if you can crack the DRM.
Okay.
Yeah, you crack it. It's
Yeah, I just give everyone a copy of the map. There you go.
all right. You got
Is this where we want to end it?
Are
Oh,
we
wow.
standing it? Yeah.
Yeah,
shit.
11:29.
Wow, that's actually perfect. I just finished a page of my notes, so that's good.
Yeah, and then adventure.
and with yet another crime, we'll call it a.
Oh no.
Piracy, the true crime.
Who wants to close us
So-
off?
I don't know. You're the one recording. You're the only one recording right now, Midge.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead.
Well then, thank you so much for watching, guys. Yet another episode of Starfinder. I hope you're all enjoying this. I think it's fun doing space stuff. I mean, Christ, we are a weird crew.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna get even weirder if it's gonna be even weirder if Bob joins, because I know he's gonna do something fucked up.
Oh,
he's gonna
poor
do
Bob.
like a Vesh envoy or something like that, just to make things.
But no, Bob
With-
is
with four
Bob is going to
chainsaw
be an
swords.
actual robot, and it will just piss my character off even more. Like,
It's just
Yeah,
straight
but
robot.
here's the thing. He's going to be the straight robot, but he's going to be the most cultured and gentlemanly out of all the other the androids.
so he's going to
What,
make
you mean he's going to be a gay
C-3PO.
robot?
That's if we get a new time. Actually, just as a question, since we're all here right now, we're the
Well, you
than
want to talk about it
Snowfox-
after
yeah,
we...
We'll talk about
yeah,
that
we'll
after
talk
we
about
end.
No,
it.
I was just saying that after we finish the recording.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, thank you all so much for watching. We will see you not next week, but the week after. And bye-bye.